would be helpful, as I'm for sure going to. I was gonna make it a little sticky note down here. Hi everyone. All right, it is 6:07. We're running a little behind, but we had some technical issues. I'm ready to get started if y'all are. Thank you for joining me, my lovely people. Little kids on bikes here, one tween. Briefly, we'll go around. I want everyone to just introduce themselves, pronouns, and your character, and then we can get cracking. Start with, on my screen at least, Rashad is next to me. Can I get an intro?
Yeah, my name is Rashad A. Bond. I am a Chicago-based actor. My pronouns are he, him, and I'll be playing Quentin Walker.
Next up, next to that is Mills. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the fine folks.
Hi, my name is Mills. You can find me most places at Amelia Psalm. I am an author. I am a performer. You can find, and I will be playing Tanya, whose pronouns are they, she, and you can use whatever pronouns you're not using to describe other people in the conversation. We're focusing on clarity. My pronouns are effective communication.
I love that. True.
Just give me the leftovers. Yeah. It's fine.
The leftovers. All right, moving on for yourself. Someone else maybe who might advocate a little harder. Satine, you're next in my clockwise.
Well, as Satine Bonnet, pronouns my name and none. I'll be playing Demetrius Walker, they, them.
The advocacy, love it. All right, and last but not least, Arthur. Or I apologize, Chalk. I suppose we'll do Leon today. Yeah. Which of these names that we're using?
I refer to anything yelled at me, honestly. Yeah, I'm Leon or Chucky. I'm a variety creator and walking fire hazard at this point. I do a lot of just trying new things and seeing what sticks and trying things that you probably shouldn't do on stream and seeing what happens. It's great. And today I'm playing Arthur Saunders, the one not Walker here, and very excited to be a Boy Scout today.
All right. So for those of you who don't know, this is our wonderful Juneteenth stream. We've got, starting with us on Kids on Bikes, 6 other GMs and players who will be throughout the day, showing you their world that they've created in these varying TTRPGs with original stories. We are going to crack right into our little town, which our team has named South Oklahoma, Alabama. This is an older town. It is celebrating its centennial birthday this year. Started in 1880 originally. And there is a big Founders Day coming up this Saturday. Today is Thursday. Your first day back in gardening club. You've been out of school for about a week. There's a few days off, let everybody settle. Usually come in on a Thursday, Friday, and then help get things ready for the Founders Day, being there to represent the gardening club at the community center. We will start once, actually, you know what, this is our first roll of the game. I want everyone to roll a d4 for me. We'll do highest number first, and then continue in that clockwise pattern. First roll of the game.
4.
Not me forgetting that dice are a thing in tabletop games. It's gotta
1.
crap.
I know. I really lucked out that there were dice at my desk. I never remember that key element for TTRPG.
I got my dice bag here. It's fine. But also, how did I forget? You said D4, right?
D4.
It's like, I'll just make up a number. It's fine.
What the dice tell.
I got a 3.
I got a 1.
Perfect. 2 1s, a 3, and a 4. Means we're starting with young Tanya, flying over this town, zooming in. Tanya, it's sad. It's a Thursday, but it's school is out. Summer is here. Are you an up and Adam kind of riser? What does your morning look like at your house?
Okay, here is the thing. There is one thing in this life that Tanya cares about, and it is Garden Club, which means that this summer we are running this like a military operation. Tanya is up. Tanya has had a cream of wheat and a little glass of orange juice. Tanya's got some little fruit bar on the road. her little backpack is packed, and she is waiting and ready to go to garden club.
At the garden club already
Yeah.
before a teacher arrives.
Yeah, Tanya has a key, not to the inside building, but like because there's like fencing in the back to, I presume, like keep like the gardens, keep
Yeah.
creatures and whatnot out.
Yeah.
No one like gave Tanya a key. No one will own up to it, and some of the adults are like, "Why do you have that?" And she's like, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah. They keep taking it from you, and somehow you keep getting it back.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Are you gonna show up earlier? No. Okay, then give me the key.
If you'd be here to open it for me.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at the little map that I dropped in Discord, you'll see that number 1 is the South Oklahoma Community Center, more commonly referred to as the SOC. This is something you're pretty familiar with. You've been coming to Gardening Club for years. You show up bright and early, backpack gear, water bottle, sunscreen, and a hat. You are old hat at this.
Mm-hmm.
And while you're able to get through that first gate, normally no problem, you find today it's like your key is not working. Like, go to put it in, click it, and it looks like someone may have changed the lock on this garden center.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because here's the thing: you changed the lock, and you didn't tell me. That means you don't care about this lock. I'm gonna break the door.
You're breaking. Okay. Are you gonna try to like?
Early morning.
How are you breaking this lock? Because I feel like this might be a bit of a roll.
Yeah,
To see how
feel,
well.
and yeah, I think in my mind, I'm not. I mean, I don't have preternatural strength, but I'm assuming it's not very expensive. Like, it's Garden Club. This is a community funded thing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to try and break it open. Like, just pull hard or push hard, I guess.
Okay, so you're just gonna like force it. Go ahead and give me a brawn roll. Pretty low DC. We'll call this a DC 5.
Okay. And this is my first time playing kids on bikes.
Sure.
So on my trope sheet, it says brawn D12. So do I roll a D12 for that?
You're going to roll a D12. You can add anything that your modifiers have for this.
Okay. I rolled a 12.
Oh wow. Okay, so it was in this situation you don't have to, because when you achieve your desired a number to achieve something or succeed on something, you do stop rolling. But in the future, if you guys roll the highest number on your die, it explodes. You get to re-roll that die and then add those numbers together. You can keep doing that as many times as your die will explode, but stop as soon as you hit the point of success. So if you've rolled a 12, oh yeah, just like not preternatural strength, but you get a stick in there and sort of very adeptly snap this lock. It's just a little bike lock that they have on there, more to let people know that they're not supposed to be there than to keep people out, really. It's just a gardening club. Not a lot going on in there.
That
So
wasn't for me, but it was in my way. So you know what happens.
So you can break this lock. You are the first one in, but normally you do see the garden instructor, Mr. Green, kind of messing around in the garden, getting things set up and out and ready for the day, especially because you all are going to be setting up at the Founders Day Fair at the park later today. You look around and he's nowhere to be found, actually. So you're kind of all alone in this early, misty morning on a summer evening in South Oklahoma, Alabama. What do you want to do at the garden club alone?
He's lucky he's not here after locking me out. So I think as long as nothing else looks out of sight, I think I'm just going to go and like just kind of do a once over, check on all the plants, do some watering, and then I think there's like a plot that I was working on. I wanted to plant some new seedlings in the ground, so I'm just gonna survey that. The little kids who just do this for fun, they don't know. I have to go clean up after them. They leave all the, they leave like the spades out. They don't know how to space the plants and the seeds. Everything's crowded together, and I have to fix this because no one else takes this seriously. So I'm gonna go do that.
Okay. So as you are looking through all this and seeing the mess left behind by some of these random little kids, not you, of course, you're a little tween.
Yeah, I'm almost 13.
As an almost 13-year-old, you have some responsibility, and you start going to pick up some of those loose spades, gardening tools, gloves that have been left out, making your way back to the shed where all the storage is. And this shed doesn't even have a lock on it. But today, when you go to turn the handle, While it moves, the door does not budge. You have once again come across being blocked out of a space you are used to being entered.
What happened to like putting up a notice? What happened to sending an email?
No
Page me?
notification. They didn't
No
tell you that it was
notification?
late today. No,
No, I'm gonna break this one open too. It worked the first time.
there's not a lock on this door. It is just wedged
Oh, it's
shut.
just wedged shut. Okay. I'm gonna try and force it open. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and see if I can push past whatever is blocking the door.
Okay, this is going to be a bronze check, but this one is a little more difficult. The DC is actually going to be 11 for this one.
Okay. Well, just checking my. Wait, what does lucky do? Not that I needed it because I rolled super good. But hold on, I'm just looking up the.
Spend adversity tokens to re-roll a check. For those of you who have never played Kids on Bikes before, and for our players who haven't gotten to use this mechanic yet, in Kids on Bikes, when you don't succeed, you sort of fail forward. You have a spot on your character sheets for adversity tokens. You can keep track of those, and they allow you to spend those later on when you fail on a check to sort of bump that number up and succeed. You can also use it when helping others as long as it is a planned action and not a snap decision.
Okay, I think I am not going to try to use. I don't think I have any adversity tokens
No,
yet.
You all start
Yeah.
with one.
Oh, we all start. Oh, okay.
With one.
In any case, I rolled a 4 on my die.
Okay, so yeah, go to shoulder into this. Maybe hit a funky angle, but when you go and make or contact with this door, it does not budge. Maybe you try a few times getting through, and from behind you, you hear a familiar voice. Tanya, Tanya, what do you? Hey,
Huh?
hey, Tanya, morning.
Hi, good morning.
You turn
And
to
God
see
bless
Mr.
you.
Turn to see Mr. Green coming up behind you, very disheveled looking. He maybe doesn't always look that put together, but today his khakis look a little like he missed a belt loop in the back, and they're dirty. He hasn't slept. Mr. Green is looking rough. So, Tanya,
Are you
hey.
okay?
Yeah, but we're actually not using the shed today, so you don't have to worry about that. Can do you need anything in there?
Yeah, I was looking for the fertilizer. You just have the little green powdery stuff, and I wanted to mix my own.
We talked about this. It's not safe to just be going around mixing your own fertilizers. In some instances, you can.
Well, no, you said that it wasn't safe for children to do it unsupervised because they didn't know what they were doing and it could be dangerous, but I do know what I'm doing.
That's I did say those words. It okay. How about this? In the future, unless I'm here, me specifically or another person over the age of 18, you don't mix chemicals until you yourself are over 18. How does that sound? And the liability is off me and the center.
Okay, well, you're here now, so can I mix stuff now?
Yeah, I guess. I do actually have some stuff that I need help unloading in the back of the truck. Did you break the lock again?
No. I think it was like that when I got here.
It was like, okay, of course
Yeah.
it was. Can you just help me get some of the stuff out of the back?
Yeah.
I've got equipment. All right. So your morning is wrapping up with you helping Mr. Green unload some of this equipment, vehemently denying that you had anything to do with that broken lock.
I have no idea I don't even know what a lock is.
Yeah, it's just there's no one else here, and
Yeah, well,
okay.
I mean, it's just maybe someone broke it in because they were expecting it to be unlocked. I mean, I might have, I'm just, I think I was just trying to open it. I didn't even realize there was a lock on it because it's not usually locked.
Right, okay. So that's where we leave Tanya and continue on our circle. Next on our list, Demetrius Walker. It is your second summer going to gardening club. What does your morning look like as you get ready to go out and play in the dirt?
Well, Demetrius is not awake. They are still in bed. Their room looks okay, but trashed from just like having all their sewing stuff and their outfits and everything everywhere, and they're just like they still have the cover over their head, so it's like really dark in their room. They have curtains. They have dark out curtains, so like it's completely a black screen in their room right now.
Are you
And,
are you
go ahead.
asleep or awake and just under the covers?
Both.
Okay. Groggily waking up, hitting the snooze a few times, maybe.
That one alarm on your phone. It's like, oh God, 5 more minutes. It's did that already 20 times to wake up.
Yep. Well, this would be your old digital alarm clock. This is 1980, y'all. There are no cell phones.
Oh,
So this
okay.
snooze is on a alarm that is plugged into the wall, and maybe on that third beep, beep, beep reminder, you just unplug the entire thing.
Yeah.
Just as you hear a knock at the door. It is your parent. Who are you living with? Demetrius, did you still want a ride to the gardening club today? I'm almost on my way to work.
The heaviest sigh comes out of them. And they want to be respectful and say, no, mom, I'm cool. I'll ride up there when they need me.
All right, you just gonna? Doesn't it start at 9? I know they were working on the.
No,
Can
I
come
heard
in?
it was like, I think what they do is they get up, plug back the alarm, see that flashing 12, try to fix the time, but it's wrong. Push, run to the light, turn it on, all scraps a matter of fabrics everywhere. They push all their dirty clothes to one side, to the other side, and then put a blanket over it. And it's just like, it looks like a mound of someone hiding under it.
Okay.
So they kind of like fluff up their PJs and slick down their sister locks a little bit, and they walk to the door, head high, and open the door.
Your mother is standing there.
Morning, Mom.
Didn't you say you were going to clean your room last night?
I did.
She kind of looks around you and
Leans.
sees the pile. Okay, you're 15 now. You'll be 16 this summer. I'm not. Talked about me taking a step back. Your room is a space which is the start of your day. We talked about organizing it and how that can help you organize your mind, which can lead to an organized life, which helps you succeed in life. And I understand you are enjoying the sewing, and I'm so happy we got you that sewing machine. You're doing great, but don't you think you could pump out a few more pieces if you organized the space?
This is Demetrius, like, how like that picture of art comes up. This is like my way of creating, Mom. This mound is my, what do they call it? Muse?
The pile of clothes is your muse?
Yes.
Okay.
Still trying to hide the mount.
Well,
lean on a doorway.
I personally am inspired by a clean workspace. So, if you'd ever like to have me help you organize, we can run by the container store, get you some drawers. All the beads can be up so I don't step on them when I'm vacuuming.
It's just easier for me to access, from a
when they're all
huge
off the
pile.
floor.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I have an organization, Mom. I have it.
Yes. Organization is an actual word. You can't just throw it around when you want to use it. It has it. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to be. You don't need a ride.
No, I'll just take my bike.
Okay. All right. Your father just aired it up, so you should be good to go. Have a good first day. Say hi to your cousins and Mr. Green for me.
Wait, who is going to be there?
I think I was talking to my cousin, and Tanya's supposed to be there. I think Arthur's coming in this year, and so is a few of the other kids in the neighborhood. Your cousin Quentin will be there, so you'll have family there. It'll be nice. But I got to go, sweetie. I've got to go to work. Stay away from that quick stop. Stay away from that quick stop.
What's at the quick stop?
We've been hearing about those boys hanging out back there. The Davis boys, they've been hanging out behind the quick stop, so just stay clear of that, okay? There's other ways in town to get through back to the park and back to the community center. Right?
I'll just take the long way.
Those boys ain't up to no good. I told you that.
Yeah.
I don't trust them. I love you.
Love you too.
Yes.
Kiss, kiss.
You're like putting on her suit as she walks out the door. Are you going to go to gardening club? Are you gonna kind of groggily? How are you? How's the rest of your morning going?
I think as soon as they hear their mom close the door, they'll go back into the bed. I want to be the last person there.
Okay. So you have yes, mom, got her out the door, closed the door, maybe pulled out some clothes for gardening, but then just
Yeah, like I have
just a
like an
few more
old
minutes.
yeah, so like I have for my clothing, like my mom owns a threads like a fabric store called Threaded Up. And so they have like this old white like pink shirt with like a bobbin and thread and like really like kind of like really large letters that said threaded up like in the front. They put on some jeans and they were like maybe they try to remember what they wore last time, so they're gonna just put like some boots on for some reason
But
and just start loading up their backpack with like keys and everything
can't be
after
seen
a
in the same
while.
outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Well, we'll loop you back into the gardening club as you're the last one entering. For now, we'll keep moving through the circle. Arthur, you are next. What does your morning look like? Where are you staying this evening? Our one non-Walker cousin, y'all. This is a Saunders.
Yeah, I think Arthur has probably been like staying at home, just like avoiding the family as much as possible. Um, and then like they probably got up very early so that they could like get out before anyone else wakes up in the household. And they're gonna like be arriving to gardening club with like an ungodly amount of like plants and seeds that they've collected because they're really excited to try and get their botany badge. They think that this is finally the time they're gonna get it. If they can plant enough things and get the teacher to sign off on it, they can go back to the scout hut and get that badge. So very excited as they're like kind of just heading over to the gardening club.
Right,
They're probably like walking their bike as they're carrying everything.
where have you gotten these seeds? Are these like an actual packet of seeds that are meant to be grown over the summer, or are you just out kind of foraging and you're like, I'm gonna replant this seed and it's gonna grow?
So they would definitely have been foraging them because they want to try and get their foraging badge as well. They're hoping that like even though no one else was there to see them forage, and they're hoping that they probably got something, at least one thing that isn't dangerous or poisonous, and that the teacher will also sign off on that badge.
Okay. um, so you're having kind of a coming out early to avoid that family life that you're dealing with. Are you going straight to the gardening club, or would you like to stop somewhere else in town before you head there? Otherwise, we can have you kind of showing up right as Tanya and Mr. Green are starting to unload the back of the truck.
I think they probably head straight there. I think like Arthur is very one track mind, and today is these two badges. So these are what Arthur is doing.
All right, so Arthur, you're riding up on your bike, very excited, or I guess not riding, holding seeds and walking with your bike,
Yeah.
and arrive at the sock to see not a heated discussion, but a very divided discussion going on between Tanya and Mr. Green about when it isn't acceptable to go places when you know you're allowed to go places. Mr. Green is saying to Tanya, "Listen, you can't. It's fine now. You're 12, but you know you'll be 13 very soon. You're at the point where this is just breaking and entering. And honestly, this is city property. Like I feel like we've had this conversation every summer, and it just keeps getting worse.
And you keep changing the locks, which is just, I don't know why though.
We have to change the lock. It's a security thing. Every 6 months, we're changing them to make sure that these spaces stay secure. That's the whole point.
But you don't
Wait, there's a
give
new
me
lock.
There
Can I
was.
try? Can I try picking it for my lock picking badge?
Oh, you mean this lock? And he hands you a broken lock.
Yeah. It's a little broken.
Honestly,
Uh,
I did you a favor. If I can break that lock, who knows who else could break into that lock?
but I could have got a badge for it. You could have waited for me, and we could have opened it with the tools. I have them in my bag. I think maybe.
I don't know what badges you need.
No one needs to be breaking locks or picking locks here. We can go to the Quick Mart and just get you a bike lock. Please stop breaking my locks, y'all.
Well, if you gave me a key, I wouldn't have to break it.
You aren't a child. You don't need a key to this center.
But then how am I supposed to get in?
You will wait. I got here maybe 4 minutes after you did.
A lot could
Yeah.
happen in 4 minutes. I could have gotten kidnapped.
Oh,
But how are you ever gonna get a patience badge if you never wait for anything?
how are you going to get a patience badge if you never wait for anything?
How am I going to
Thank
break
you,
lock
Arthur.
package if I never break any locks?
It's not a badge.
There's
Oh,
not
and
a badge for
patience
that.
is?
Yeah, it's one of the virtues of the
badges?
scouts, right?
Okay, I'm not a scout. I'm a gardener, and I'm trying to garden.
But you could be a gardening scout like me.
Valid options. Valid options all around.
Oh, Mr. Green, do
Yes,
you like the plants that I collected? I was hoping you could sign off on my foraging badge.
What are
I
these?
think they're not poisonous.
Arthur, where did you get these?
Well, some I found like in like the forest. Some were from someone's front garden, and I don't actually know where the rest came from. I just
the
kind
front
of
garden.
have them.
Do you know? Did you have any books to identify them?
Those
He's
are
looking at-
zinnias.
Is essentially
uh,
looking at like maybe a couple of small seedlings and potted plants that you've like uprooted from someone's garden, and then what a collection of like stems that you're going to try to regrow someplace.
Yeah.
So, did you have any way of identifying this?
Well,
Where did you get whose house?
I don't know their name. I didn't ask. I
You
just
didn't
took them.
ask?
No, you can go to jail for stealing flowers from people.
But
Tanya.
it's foraging.
You can go to
just find
prison
them and you
even.
take them
For life.
That's well.
for life.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
well.
only
That's a little.
10. That's like a million years.
Not for life. Tanya, stop messing with
Okay.
Arthur. You won't go to jail necessarily. It isn't. You know what though? It's not a kind thing to be taking stuff from other people. How
But
would you feel if you had flowers in your front garden and someone came and took that from you that you'd been working hard to cultivate and beautify your
well,
space?
if it was for their badges, I guess it'd be okay.
That's not necessarily. That's a reason, not an excuse. Oh, we talked about this, right? Remember, if you say you're late for something and it's because you overslept, like anybody, we're a little past time now. If you were late because you overslept, that is a reason, right? If you're late because on the way your tire blew out, that's an excuse. Don't accept a reason when you should be asking for an excuse, right? That's what we talked about. So a badge, that's a reason and not an excuse. Okay?
But why can't it be both?
I guess some things are both, but in this situation, they're not.
Okay.
We'll keep talking about this.
Does that mean that I won't get the badge?
We'll talk to this. I'll talk to your scoutmaster and see if maybe if we identify them for what they are, maybe we can do it that way. But as of right now,
Okay.
you just showing me some stolen property, and I honestly just kind of want to get rid of the evidence.
They're not all stolen.
Not all. Okay. So I think you all continue more of these difficult conversations with Tanya justifying breaking locks and Arthur justifying stealing flowers. As we continue our circle on to one Mr. Quentin Walker, the last of our Walker clan. What does your morning look like, young man?
So Quentin is currently he's in his basement, and that's where his room is because he needs the most space. It's perfectly clean except for Rube Goldberg might have thrown up in there. There's just a lot of contraptions all around the room. There's things that are not useful, but like I was curious to see if like maybe I could like get my race car, my remote control car to power my iron so that I could iron my clothing in the morning. It's exactly 26 minutes before like gardening club starts because Tanya told me she would hit me if I showed up late again. And I don't want to be hit. But right now I'm working on Lucille, and Lucille is it is part remote control car and on top of that is a like one of the like you said the 80s, so it's like a little early like automated robot. Like I've
Uh-huh.
taken the legs off of the robot and kind of fused the upper body to it so that like it can move a little more fluidly.
Uh-huh.
And I've sort of wired in there just a little bit of like um some copper wire into it so that way I can control the arms. So I'm testing it to see if I can get Lucille to drive over to my morning milk because I'm having two waffles, strawberries, and a couple of pieces of bacon. But I want to see if Lucille can drive across the table to pick up my glass of milk and then reverse back to me without dropping the glass.
All
And I
right.
know it takes 17 minutes to get to the gardening club. And if I get this right, I can be there. I can get my experiment done before I have to go.
All
So
right.
that's what I'm doing.
We're testing a bit of robotics. So our child mathlete, brilliant mathlete, I'd like for you to go ahead and give me a brains roll. Then you can add your skilled at thing for this since it is robotics. Um,
Yeah.
you're
How do
you
I
want the
add my
robot to
skill?
go across you'll roll the die associated with the brain skill and add your modifier for the skill that which I believe is +1. Um, so, so let me get this straight. You want it to drive across the
Yeah.
table, like grab the glass kind of
Yes.
style and then drive directly back in a straight line, about a foot maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you are 8 though. Okay, this is gonna be kind of a difficult thing. I'd like give me a brains roll. Do difficulty 8. Difficulty 11.
Difficulty 11.
Yeah, it's impressive but not unexpected for your character.
Oh no. This is perfect. So I rolled a 3.
Ooh, you failed by more than 5.
Yeah, and it's
Ooh.
okay because I'm kind of clumsy. So, um, do you want to explain what happens, or can I explain?
It is no. If it's this failure is bad, but not a disaster, and since it's more than 5, I will.
Okay.
I'm going to be the one narrating this, so I think that as your robot goes across the table, you're doing all right in the beginning. It's just a straight line, um, but what you manage to do when the robot clamps around the machine, you haven't gotten the mechanisms correct for how hard it's going to lift this glass of milk. So instead of it just sort of barely lifting it off the table to back up, it just like straight flips it behind you and directly behind the robot you're sitting. So you get kind of coated in milk early this morning uh,
Oh,
as your mother and father sit across the table, having been used to this your entire life and are just waiting to see what happens as opposed to interfering in any way. And as that glass tips, here he does say, what do we say about robots at the breakfast table? This is why. This is why there are no robots at the breakfast table.
sorry. Um, I I can clean it, and
You're
I
gonna
will.
clean it.
Yes, I'll clean it,
Uh huh.
and then I'll take another shower, and then I will go.
Does that mean you're gonna be late for robotics or for
No,
the gardening club?
I still have I still have 11 minutes before I have to be there, before I have to leave. So if
Okay.
I take a really quick shower and then clean it, and I'm gonna start like running to the paper towels, and I stumble a little bit as I like get out of my chair. The chair is a little higher than I am. I'm kind of short for my age, and so I go run as I'm saying this. I'm running. I'm grabbing the paper towels and I'm like mopping up the thing, making sure that Lucille is out of the way so she doesn't get messed up. But I have 11 minutes. I can go really quick. I'll throw
Uh-huh.
all this away. Um, I won't eat the rest of my breakfast today, but I can eat lunch, a bigger lunch today, and it'll be okay. Is that okay?
That's not how food necessarily works. You can't just have a larger lunch because you are missing part of your breakfast. And they're just talking to you as you're like running around the room doing the math. 8 minutes to pedal there, 3 minutes to do this, 4 minutes for the shower, 2 minutes to lotion up afterwards.
Mhm.
And they're talking to you like, it's slow down. You know what? It's I know that you have this planned in your head, but plans change sometimes. We can just give you a ride. It would take
N-
about 4 minutes for us to drive you. You have a bit more time to get ready. Does that sound
But you
okay?
have to, but you have to go to work. And my bike, my bike's fine. I can make it there with my bike. I'll
Well,
just pedal faster. And Tanya said she will hit me, and sometimes she usually does hit me. But like she might not hit me today.
we've been talking to her mom about that. So I just the problem is no one seems
It's
to.
okay. She says she hits me because she loves me.
Yeah, they've talked to her about that expression of love language, and having physical touch be your love language does not mean that it needs to be a violent or aggressive physical. We're talking about that later. Okay, we're not. We know we're usually about 20 minutes early to work. Both your parents work at this, um, the fabrication factories and different departments, so it's okay for us to take you. It's kind of on the way, and we're usually about 10-15 minutes early anyway, so it won't make us late for work if that's what you. It's more important to us for you to be safe when you ride and not be rushing, because sometimes when you rush you fall off the bike or we don't pay attention to sidewalks and curbs and don't you get hurt again.
Yeah.
Do you want to ride?
Okay. Okay. Uh, I can take a ride. I'm
Okay.
gonna go shower now.
Yeah.
And, or should I eat my breakfast and
It,
then shower, or should I shower and then eat my breakfast? I'm covered in milk. I'm gonna shower.
tell you what, yeah, shower. And you know what? Your father and I will wrap this up for you. We'll just
Already halfway up the door.
as we're packing, like they're packing up your food and you're running upstairs taking a shower. Um, So your parents, yes, do both work at this factory in different departments, maybe not on the fabrication side, but on the more administrative side of things. For those of you who are also watching, this town is its main source of income and revenue. It's kind of centered around fabrication, fabrics, clothing, both on a super simple jeans and coverall side and a more um, high-end artisanal fluffy pillows and 5,000 count spreadsheet blankets and the like. So you can hop in your parents' minivan on the way, and they drive you off, drop you off at the garden club, and are waving to you as you run out the door. You can see your mom giving Tanya like kind of the stink eye as you. Hey Tanya,
Hi.
you in the club again this year?
Yep.
Yeah, I was talking to your mom about you. We've been seeing you hanging out with some of the new kids in school. How's that going?
It's going good. It's going good.
Yeah, yeah. Aren't you're going switching from the lower school to the upper school this year, right? That would be up
Yeah.
till 7th grade.
Yeah. Really excited.
Yeah. So this your first year there. I mean, it makes a big difference. Picking the right friend group might be a good option for you, right?
Okay.
Okay. And then Rashad or Arthur, you're going to see them. Wow, the names. Quentin, they're going to see them sort of look down as you're getting out of the car, running, gathering all your stuff. You let me know if they're being mean to me. Like, you don't have to come here, and
No, I like coming here. Arthur's here. Tanya's here. Demetrius sometimes comes, but only sometimes. But they're here too. And no, I have fun. I have fun. I
okay,
promise.
okay, as long as you're having fun and being safe with Arthur too. Be careful with Arthur.
Yeah. No, last time Arthur and I we were out in the forest, and he was trying to get uh a a hunting badge, and he we almost caught a rabbit.
The,
But
the,
then instead of the rabbits, there were big foxes, and they chased us.
the troop does a hunting trip every year. We talked about you don't have to go into the forest and hunt with him. We, they're going to organize.
He needed help to get his badge.
But they're going to help him get his badge. That's the whole point of him being in scouts, for the scouts to help the scouts and the community, but not for the community to help the scouts. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Just if anything just talk if anything goes wrong to find Demetrius, please. Or Mr.
I
Green.
will. I will.
Fine.
I will definitely talk to Demetrius and Mr. Green today.
Okay. All right. Have a good day, sweetie. We love you.
Love you too. Bye, mommy. Bye, daddy.
Okay. So I just hop out of the car, robotics in hand, come on up. Like once again on this scene of an adult somewhat arguing with two children about the morals and ethics of everyday standing in this small town. Oh, thank God. Quentin, come on in. Good morning.
Hi, Mr. Green.
Is Quentin
Hi,
late?
Yes.
Quentin is late.
Quentin, as soon as you come up, you get a from Tanya.
And he flinches really hard.
That's
Hi,
Don't be
Tanya.
late. Don't be late again.
No, I won't. Okay, so I haven't quite got how much strength I need to put in Lucille's arms. So there was a lot of milk, but that won't happen again. So I won't be late again.
Okay. Have you built a sprinkler system yet for my garden?
Oh, Mr. Green said that I can't mess with the plumbing of the building.
city plumbing. There are engineers that come out on a regular basis. This is
You don't need the plumbing.
government-
You can just connect it to the hose.
No.
Yes,
We
you
talked about
can.
this. You just because you
We
can.
could do it right
doesn't mean
now,
you
and
should.
but if we did it right now, that would be points towards my irrigation badge too.
You've already
So
got an irrigation badge.
why not?
The city has irrigation plans. A lot of water gets used.
So
with
the city is
irrigation.
Don't you want
awarding
me to get my
irrigation
badges?
The city doesn't have any irrigation badges.
Oh
They just
my
have-
gosh, we have
So
to help
I
them
could be more
out.
qualified than them.
I can almost guarantee you we're not.
Wow.
He-
Wow.
and
You
that's
don't have to be so mean.
Oh, I'm sorry. Arthur, there are actual engineers who go to school and study for
Yeah, we have an
years.
engineer. We have Quentin.
Quentin can build anything.
Quentin, if you came to Scouts, I bet they'd give you an engineering badge straight away.
My mommy and daddy said that I don't do scouts because Mr. Harrigan is a bum.
Mr. Green cannot help himself, laughs out loud. Quentin, he's not a. We don't talk about adults. That's just rude when we're being talked
What
about.
is
behind someone's
what
back.
is bum bad?
Mr.
Bum
Green,
is-
I don't think
it's
they're
not
wrong.
good.
Though. He is kind of a bum.
Wait, why
Not
is he a bum?
It's
He said
okay,
that I
Artie.
was
You're
a
not
really
a bum.
good scout. Was he
You are a
lying?
wonderful scout. No, you're a good scout. And he's not a bum. He just is a man who chose a very specific career path that some people think is incorrect.
My mom
What's
said
wrong
he's a
with you,
hippie and he needs to take
leader?
a shower.
It makes him happy to live slightly outside of town and in a more communing with nature sort of stance. You know, he does shower. I think he's got less of a plumbing.
I'm just telling you
thing.
what she said. That's not what I said.
Does he have an irrigation badge? We could ask him for help with the plumbing.
I don't think
Not-
he did the irrigation himself.
Does the scoutmaster
Apparently,
have
no one
all of
has
the
any
badges?
irrigation badges.
I hope he has all the badges, but he might not have all the badges. Some of them are pretty hard, like the hunting badge. Do you remember that? That was scary.
Yeah, I was telling my mommy and daddy about it this morning.
Yeah, you know there are actual places where you're legally allowed to hunt, right? You can't just do that at the park.
Well, I mean, Quentin was gonna make us a bow, and then we could do it. It'll be fine. That's all we need. We just need a bow, and then animals.
While all this is going on, we will briefly cut back to Demetrius. I don't know if you've ever gotten out of bed yet. You're obviously still late. On your way to the community center, are you running or riding by that quick stop that your mom told you to avoid?
Oh, you're muted.
Oh, I think you meant me.
Josephine.
Started panicking.
See, double muting. Not in a quick case, but they're doing the long way because it's two reasons. They're avoiding them, and also they're taking their time to go to the garden club.
Very slowly pedaling.
Mm-hmm.
See, maybe you
Beautiful
arrive
breeze.
10 to 15 minutes late.
Mm-hmm. A good solid 30.
Solid 30. Okay. So as you are very slowly pedaling to the community center, you see them. What is the scene you're coming up on is essentially all of the hard work to start the morning has been done. All of the equipment has been unloaded from the back of Mr. Green's truck. Around you, you see bags of fertilizer. He's got some newer equipment to replace some of the old like rakes, shovels, hoes, things that have been used throughout the last 7 years that the Garden Club has been in operation. This is also interesting for any of you who've been at Garden Club before. Once again, usually this is all in the shed. You don't unload it from his car. This is brought out from the shed so that you guys can start getting things ready and prepared for the Founders Day parade and festival, which is coming up on Saturday. Today is Thursday, just so my brain can handle that. um,
So can I I'm like I sail past everyone and to say morning Mr. Green, hey Yaya, hey Artie, hey hey Quinn. And then I want to put my bike in the usual place behind the shed.
okay. Um, as you roll your bike around the shed, as you start to push it behind your shed, Mr. Green, in the middle of policing three children, no, not policing, monitoring, facilitating this somewhat argument between these three children about what is and isn't okay in this town, sees you rolling the back. Hey, morning. Come on in, Demetrius. Late as usual. Oh, wait. Where are you? No, okay, that's fine. What are you doing with the bike? What are you doing with the bike? What are you doing? What are you doing with the bike?
I'm putting it in my usual place behind the shed so no one
Uh,
can touch it.
there's actually behind the shed. Not we're not using the shed today. Kind of avoiding that area. If you want to just leave it up by the fence and the gate, that'll be fine.
Then
Lock it
someone's
up.
gonna steal my bike.
We got extra locks
They're
available.
not good locks.
Yaya's here.
The locks are
The
fine.
locks are not going to work. Okay.
Yeah. Will you promise not to break my lock that I will lend to Demetrius so that they can use the bike?
Maybe I want
here today?
Demetrius's bike.
I feel like Arthur's just gonna lean into Tanya and be like, "It's okay. I can try and get my lock picking badge on it."
Oh,
think-
okay.
This bike is also way too tall for you. This is for
Oh, I know.
a 5'8" teenager, and you're, I believe you said, a little short for your age too.
And I have
So-
my own bike, but I'm just saying, maybe I want this bike.
Demetrius does have a very
It's
good
not-
bike.
It's not me you have to worry about, Mr. Green. There's a lot of ne'er-do-wells in this town.
What's a nadu?
Oh, you
I
talking
learned
about
that word
bum?
last week.
You talking about that bum in the forest?
Mr. Harrigan, we're not talking.
Yeah.
He's not a bum. He's just someone who lives an
He's a
alternative
hippie.
lifestyle. Hippie
Oh.
works. Maybe.
He just
Like-
needs to shower more.
He showers. He just doesn't use deodorant because of the products that are in deodorant.
That's
which are really
disgusting.
Well,
no
I'm gonna
offense.
put my bike behind the shed. Is there like something I need to know, or
no. Just
Why are you being weird about the shed?
I'm not being weird about the shed. Why are you so
Mr.
focused on the shed?
Mr. Green, why weren't all the supplies in
Green.
the shed?
Why we have new supplies this year, and you look
We
the
have
new.
So you
supplies?
use
But this is the
the-
same. This is my same spade.
Everyone, stop focusing on that. Why'd you bring your? I told you don't need to bring. We have a spade for you to use, or you can just leave that one here.
No,
we
Mr.
can label
Don't
it.
leave it here,
I do
people
leave
can
this
steal
spade
it.
here.
If we left it here, it'd be in the shed, and you won't let us go in the shed.
Yeah, you want to let's go in the shed.
I've taken all the things out of the shed. There's
And why
nothing in
is there?
there.
No, there's stuff in the shed. I couldn't open the door. It's
I
unlocked,
think-
but
In
there's
the
stuff
shed?
in the shed.
Why are we
Demetrius
trying
is
to
gonna
open
go
it
to
in
the
the
shed.
shed?
Can I?
Shed.
I think I try to open the shed.
Okay, so here's how we resolve this. If we're trying to convince Tanya, trying to convince him to open the shed, that will be a charm roll. It's gonna be a pretty high DC. I'll tell you that it's going to be a 14 to succeed on this charm roll. Demetrius, if you would like to try to just ignore this man and push past him with a bike, like I'm gonna go do this, you can't stop me, then I think that'll be a flight or a brawl.
Mhm.
He's
Is
not
there a
gonna
way I
physically try to
can-
stop you, so it'll be a flight.
So is charm also in a level of persuasion?
Yes, for those who are teens or who have I believe you're rebellious, gives you a +1 to persuading adults. Yes,
Plus
it does.
3.
+3 to Whoa. Your task is also pretty difficult. I'm gonna say you have a
Mhm.
14 to try to persuade him to allow you to put your bike back there.
Mhm.
That's what you're asking for, Tanya. If you'd like to have him open the shed, once again a 14.
Yeah, so
Nice.
Tanya's not real charming. So I might just leave this up to Demetrius.
Okay.
Uh,
I will say at this point, depending on how important this is to you, since you all start with one adversity token, actually, no, this is a snap decision, not planned. So I will
yeah.
go ahead and roll, Demetrius, and tell me what you got to persuade this man. Oh no. Oh no for me or oh no for you? A 1? You're muted.
Okay, I got a 2 plus the 3.
So you have
What was-
failed by 9, I suppose. Okay. So as you go to sort of just like, he's being weird about this. I'm just gonna roll my bike
Yeah.
in a very different personality or way than you've all ever seen this person move. He very quickly gets in front of your bike, puts both of his hands on the handlebars, and looks you right in the eyes and just says, "We are not going behind the shed today. Please place your bike at the fence opening, and I promise you no one will break the lock. Okay?"
Demetrius looks at Mr. Green and just like the eyes are just
A little squint.
little squint, and then jerks back their bike and goes to the front and put it
Okay.
behind their pickup truck.
All right.
It's gonna be on you, Mr. Green, if anything happens to my bike.
Tell you what, you know what I promise? If anyone besides your own cousin does something to your bike, I will take care of it. Um, so your morning goes about, unless anyone else would like some interactions here, about this way. You're mostly getting things prepared for Founders Day. This entails a lot of taking some of the plants and flowers that have been growing over the early spring, these new little bulbs, and getting them into like sellable smaller containers. Your booth at this Founders Day parade is doing two things. It kind of talks about gardening club, who is able to come in and do it, what you all do, how it got started, the basic information of the group, and then you guys are also selling a little seedlings and plants, starter plants, and full size plants for offices, homes, and for any other use that folks might have for these little plant items. Um, but that is it for our first morning. I want, before hours moving forward, everyone give me a insight roll or because this is not D&D.
What's
My
that?
stats. I forgot the stats, y'all. I'm so much more used to that one. This is a brains roll. Sort of seeing the area around you. Anybody who's got intuitive, I believe, as well, might have some bonuses here.
I have intuitive.
I believe that allows you to add what, +3 to situations.
Add
And
+3 with your thingies.
I have
I also
intuitive here.
have intuitive too. May spend one anniversary token to ask the GM about your surroundings and NPC. And Rashad, you do have one.
So you are all and actually Demetrius, that was your first failed skill check, so go ahead and mark one extra adversity token for you. Anyone who has the intuitive, you can here choose to just give me an adversity token and I'll give you a bit of information. Otherwise, roll a brains check to see if you guys can see a little bit about what's going on in this the shed.
Oh, would I have taken a token from when I tried to break the lock earlier for the shed?
Oh yes, for trying to get to the door, you can take an adversity token as well.
Sick.
And I assume I got one for milk splashing on my face.
Yes, you also have one for milk. Anytime you do not succeed on a roll, take an adversity token to be spent at a later time.
Lovely. Then I will spend one of my adversity tokens to use my intuitive.
Okay.
I'm gonna resource hoard my adversity tokens and then realize I get to the end of the game and be like, shit, should
Yeah,
have spent those.
we got 3 hours,
Yeah,
y'all.
like this. I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so what you're seeing with this adversity token spend is, yeah, you've been told not to go in the shed. Maybe you're a more respectful or obedient child, but you're also that brilliant mathlete mind. There's a mystery going on. You can't not figure out a bit of information. And as the other 3 party members maybe give him a harder time, you are able to sort of peek through a dusty window into the greenhouse. And you notice something that is different because this is not your first time at the club as well. this shed, which is normally a working shed with like tools on the wall and a small desk in the corner with paperwork filled out, a lot of supplies for gardening. What he said is true. It's been emptied out. There's nothing else in this like 10 by 10 shed except for the old desk in the corner that's like mounted and built into the wall, as well as the chair that sits in front of it, Mr. Green uses for his actual administration duties for this club. And then in the middle of the room is a very large terracotta vase or potter plant. And by huge, I mean it's like, and I've got terrible judgment, maybe 2.5 or 3 feet tall. It's like be up to your shoulders and very wide. Like if you were standing in that room and you tried to wrap your arms around it, you might have a difficult time with your size. Um, and out of the top of this dirt, you can see just like one very long, thin branch or trunk or some kind of wooden thing, and just like one little bulb on the top of it that is just sticking out of this giant vase in the middle of a very empty shed. That's what you get for your adversity token. Go ahead and mark that off for me.
Got it. Thank you. I think Quentin is going to see that, and he's going to pull out his backpack, and he's got his composition notebook in there, and he's going to like draw the inside of the room with the vase, and
Okay.
like he's gonna try and make the plant look as similar to what it looks like, so that he can show it to Tanya, who's really good at identifying plants.
Okay,
And
perfect.
so that once he's drawn that out, he will put it back, his composition notebook back in his backpack.
Cool.
And he won't say anything because Mr. Green scared him this morning.
That little snap moment, and you hadn't seen him behaving that way, sure. Um, so you are all are working through the morning, getting things ready for this Founders Day, looking at how you're going to organize, maybe doing some signage and taking inventory of everything you have available to sell and the materials that you need to hand out. While this is going on, V Delgado, who you all recognize as one of the like front desk workers for the community center and as a whole, there's also, there's a gym in there. There's a swimming pool. They do programs and activities at the center as well as the gardening club. And V is a young woman who works at the desk, and she comes over to the fence, kind of waves Mr. Green over. Hey, Mr. Green, are y'all almost done here? Mr. Green is going to sort of look back at her, and respond, asking everyone, "Hey guys, do you think?" He's assigned some random task to you. How close are you all to finishing up today? How close are we to being done? Have you all been slacking, or are you like working hard? Tanya, I know you're working. Oh, I can't hear you.
Tanya is working hard. I think Tanya doesn't try to boss Demetrius around because it just doesn't work. However, I'm pretty sure Tanya can keep Quentin and Arthur in line. And in a very like, oh my God, you're so stupid, you're doing this wrong. But then like does show them how to do the thing. Like that's actually like no, and I think it's constantly like, no offense, but like your handwriting's really bad. Can you go and like pull the bulbs out and like shows them how to do it? So like Tanya's making sure at least 3/4 of this group are working hard.
Like a little kid with a clipboard. No,
Yeah.
what we need to do is this.
I think Demetrius is kind of pissed off how Mr. Green was like handling their bike and how they talk to them. So they're very suspicious of them. So like even if they are not helping at all, they are kind of like, hey, let me pick up this pallet, but it's the same pallet of little seedlings that they had 3 times, and then to them and push them like forward for them. They've been watching Mr. Green like a hawk to see if they're getting away from the shed.
At some point, Tanya would ask if you want to do like the painting for the signs, though, because you're so good at the art stuff.
This does it absentmindedly.
Yeah.
And this says, Mr. Green is acting really weird. Yeah. And I don't like it.
Yeah, he was really mad at me about the lock thing, which is weird because that is not the first lock I've broken, and I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be the last.
My mommy said we shouldn't break the locks anymore, Tanya.
Okay, well, no offense, but your mommy's not the boss of me.
But my
Ooh.
mommy's an adult, and we're kids, so she is the boss of
I'm
us.
almost 13.
Yeah, you're going to. Let me just say this above board. I do not remember the classifications of schooling. You're going to be in middle school.
Your school is divided up into two, or there's one school in town.
Middle.
For those of you who are also joining us, this team, they're the bumblebees.
Oh, yeah.
There is one location. If you look on your map, the school is on there. I believe it's like 6 or something. I don't know. Your
Would they
number
be?
10 is the Brant County School. It's kind
Mhm.
of serves the entire county. There's about 10,000 folks in the town, a little less, and it's divided up into a lower school, which is pre-K through like 6th grade, 11, 12-year-olds. That's why they were talking to you, Tanya.
Mhm.
Upper is 7th grade through 12th. So we'll be finishing out your schooling in the upper levels. And I guess chalk for our British friend, I think that's up to your 6th form, we'll call that.
Okay, yeah. I
Yeah.
was about to ask. I was just like, what does this mean?
Yeah, we got to put that in the metric system.
Mhm.
Try to convert that for you.
So basically, Yaya's about to phase out of.
Like a primary school to secondary school. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, and then I'm in high school.
You are, yeah, this will be like you're going into, I imagine, just junior year or grade
Mhm.
10. Sorry.
Well, we
Well, grade 10, grade 11.
yeah, like
While
ages.
Arthur and Quentin are both in, I believe, like 4th grade together or 5th grade together. So
Mhm.
they'll be in the lower school, and soon Tanya will be joining you in the upper school.
Mhm.
Mm.
I just say to Yaya, leave them alone. Let them do, like they are capable of doing what they're doing. Just doing the hand gesture thing.
Yeah.
I do not want you, huh? When I got into high school, it was a lot, and you're doing a lot with them too. So cool it.
Little sound advice from that upper or older cousin as you are painting signs, sort of going over your morning. If you'd like to eavesdrop a little bit or hear what the conversation that you might hear from V, this front desk worker, and Mr. Green is V talking about how they just got a call. They've been doing preparations for the last, week or so, getting things ready, small details for this festival. Is going to be, and looking at the map, number 6 right there in the middle of town square at Rosa Parks Park. That's where the festival is going down in front of City Hall as well. It looks like the very notable giant statue in Rosa Parks Park, which is a thimble, a needle, and a spool of thread to sort of emphasize the fabrication and material side of your town. Um, there's a large circle around it that got beautiful flowers maintained and cut by the city. Last night, some vandals got into it and just like tore up all the flowers. Landscaping crew was already kind of busy, so they've asked if Dr. Green and the gardening club or Mr. Green would be willing to have some people go over there and help kind of fix up that area a little bit, bring some more flowers out if there are any available, and make it look pretty for the festival as well. So Mr. Green comes back over to you and kind of, hey, change of plans, guys. I, I need to go attend to something. Uh, so I'll need to leave you all for a little bit. V's going to kind of watch out while I'm gone. For those, V's like 18. This is a child watching children, and from what you know of her and your time together, she's saying she'll watch you, and then she's gonna like pull out her tween magazine and just start reading the articles. But he is going to kind of, before he goes, Brinchin, keep up the good work. You all know what is going on. V is in charge. He looks very closely at Tanya. V is in charge. Please listen to what she has to say, as she is an employee of the city, knows rules, regulations, and protocol for the gardening club. Just keep doing what you've already been assigned to do and nothing more. If you finish your task early, head on down to the park. Maybe we could find something for you to do down there. But it looks like the gardening club's going to be wrapping up a little early today. All right, everybody?
Ugh.
We didn't identify the plants
You
for my
know,
badge.
you know what? We can stop by the library and maybe pick up some books about plant
Okay.
identification, particularly for poisonous ones. And you know what? For now, why don't we just no one touch these and wash your hands? Like takes
Okay.
a little bucket and gives it to you and says, "You can just put them all in here for now."
Mr. Green,
Demetrius.
are you gonna go protect another shed?
All right, V, you got this. Just ignores it. She's like, yeah, whatever, and starts walking off back towards this shed. Says, "Do you want to come grab your bike off the back of the truck real quick?"
Oh, that's yours now. You said you're gonna protect my bike. Protect my bike.
I said that. I did say that. Okay, fine. And you see him kind of struggling, throwing a tarp over the back of his truck to kind of
And
hide
just so
the
you
bike.
know, my uncle's a lawyer, so if you lose that bike, he's gonna sue you.
Your uncle does. Doesn't he do like tax law?
He's gonna sue
Close
you.
enough.
Okay. Argue with children, argue with children, argue with children, and he just gets in his truck. Crank it very
You
loudly.
guys
Turn
are all
on
so good at your standing up to authority badges.
You can hear
There's a badge
gospel
for that?
blasting as this man like gives himself a little silent prayer and kind of peels out of the parking lot, leaves V, who looks at you. Don't do anything you're not supposed to do. Come find me if you need something. And she just sort of walks off.
Guys. I saw something in the shed.
What's in the shed?
What's
I'm
in
gonna
there?
I'm gonna pull out my composition notebook and I'm gonna show there's like this big vase. And in the vase there's like a tree, and I point to like the trunk. It's a tree or a vine. Tanya, you're better at this. What is that?
I look at the drawing.
You can give me a brains roll for this one. This is identifying and looking at information and knowledge you have from your experience. Give me a brains roll.
Okay, that is a 5.
Um, this looks like from the drawing. Actually, Rashad, I'll straight up ask you, how good of an artist is Quentin? Like, I know you're drawing schematics and sketching ideas for things, but does this plan have any real
So
appearance?
I think it doesn't have artistry, it has technicality. So it's like very like for an 8-year-old child, it is like the perspective of it looking over a window, like the proportions are perfect. And it is, if you looked at it, it would look pretty close to what it looks like just looking at it through a window. But like there's not a lot of like there's no color. It's all just with a pencil, and there's no like details that would help identify it past like if it wasn't a very clear like there are like unless there were clear distinct markers on the trunk itself or the vine itself, like you wouldn't see it because I wouldn't have added anything to it.
So it's very clearly a plant that's a stick in a vase with a leaf or a little bud on top, but that's all it is. It's just a stick with a bud on top. Would you with that? I'm gonna say that you can't. This is not a plant you've ever seen in your years gardening here. No.
Mm. I don't know what this plant looks like. Are you sure it's like a real plant?
Yeah, it's are we still in the garden?
You're still in the garden. Mr. Green is left. V is an unsupervising adult.
And so I'm just gonna lead them to the window where I saw the plant and be like, I saw it's, and so I'm on my tiptoes. It's right there.
You can also just go ahead and look in this window if you'd like.
Can I I want to use intuitive.
Okay.
And I want to look inside and see if it's possible to look what's behind the door, because I know I'm taller than everyone, so to block that's blocking the door.
Sure. Um, what you're seeing, one of the reasons that Tanya had a really hard time getting into the shed is because looking through the window, kind of sharing the same wall, so it's kind of difficult for you to see. It looks like someone has wedged a door stopper or like one of those burglar bars underneath the handle to the door and along like the wall. So it's essentially a 90-degree angle. So it's not necessarily a matter of it being locked, which is why Tanya was having it. There was no lock to break. And you can turn the handle of the knob if you'd like. It just doesn't go anywhere because you're facing just the physics of a right angle triangle.
And is the window like a pull open window, or is it just like a pane window, like nothing to joint up words?
There's a screen, but it is a sliding window.
Let's see. Do we have? Say, yeah, get the toolbar.
I have a set of tools in my backpack.
It really does.
Let's see.
Pretty, you want to get another badge?
Yeah. Which one?
Okay.
Do you think V will sign off on it for us?
Maybe. I think
Okay.
we need to figure out how to open this window without making any noise.
Can we take it apart?
You're the scout. You tell me.
Oh,
I mean,
Artie, Arthur.
Yeah,
I have, and in my backpack, in addition to a tool set, I do have just a Leatherman. My daddy said this is very useful, and it's got lots of different little tools. Do you think you could use this to open the window?
we can try. I might have some stuff in my bag too. I'm pretty prepared. Scouts always have to be prepared.
Are we gonna? Who's gonna try to open the door? Because I have another way to do it, but it's gonna be very loud.
Just tell me what you want to do to try to get in this window, and we'll start making some rolls to fix it.
I'm gonna try Artie's way, and I'll pick them up to see if they can figure out how to open. Yeah, to open.
I like the idea of them just trying to like literally dismantle the window, like take it apart piece by piece, and then just like hand the glass down.
Tanya's just gonna be the lookout.
Okay. So if you're talking about having these tools together and you're working together in succession, what you find is you can, I don't know how much you guys have experienced like screened windows and what that exterior like looking glass is for y'all, but this is a very simple screen. If you wanted to get part of your tools into one of the corners, pops out pretty quick. And as you go to like press up on the window, it's a little sticky because it just hasn't been opened since last summer, but it's unlocked. The door has been judged, but no one seemed to check to make sure the windows were secure.
Also, is there another way into this shed?
There is one door in this shed. There are 4 windows or 3 windows on the other sides of the
Interesting.
walls. It's a little 10 by 10 like outdoor shed. It doesn't have an entrance and exit.
Yeah. Can I add that we don't do in the front and go to the back?
Okay, one of the windows that's on the other side.
Yes.
Yeah. Less likely to be caught.
And I think before the window's completely open, this is breaking and entering, but
what if we don't enter? What
investigation? I have a badge for that.
Budge Mr. Green, and we're going in.
Well, also, if one person breaks and another person enters, then that's half of the crime.
Or I can
not a
seal
crime.
in the
So
car in
smart.
the shed, and she can open the door. And then if we open the door with the thing on, it's not breaking and enter because the door's open, right?
Yeah.
Demetrius is gonna go in.
Just slide the window open. Y'all are discussing how best to break these laws, and you just decide like, I'm going in there.
Because I'm not gonna let them. I'm not
window.
gonna let them to go in there. I'll go in there.
Are you a graceful person? Are you stumbling a little bit trying to get through this window, or do you think that you're good getting in?
What would I have to roll for a graceful
That was my question. I think that this is it's kind of brawn. It's looks like an athletic sort of behavior activity. So I'm gonna call it brawn. It's like
Alright.
strength a little bit. Yeah. Brawn. Low DC. This is only gonna be a 4.
Okay. Let's see. I get a D10 to bronze, so
Okay.
let's.
Not bad, not bad.
I got a 3.
Oh, so you have this point since you are working together and this is sort of planned action. If any of you want to use an adversity token to help, you can. Otherwise, only failing by 1 is not a big deal. You'll take 1 adversity token, still manage to get through the door. We just might have some narrative things that go along with it.
I'll spend an adversity token to help. So, how does that work? Like, do I need to?
So you'll mark off 1 adversity token that will add +1 to your roll, Demetrius, and that gives you a 4. So you were able
4.
to accomplish getting into this shed, and because you all are trying to kind of be quiet about it, we'll say that you don't knock over the small pile of buckets that was on the other side of the window. As you get into this relatively open space, what Quentin saw is accurate to some degree. There's not a lot in here. Most of it has been cleared out. You've been at this club last year. There's no piles of fertilizer. There are no extra pots. There's like a hose in the corner, kind of. But what you were seeing in this room, for the most part, is a giant 3-foot, not as giant to you as to to Quentin, but a 3-foot vase, with that single branch out of the top, that single stem with just like the smallest bud on top. And as you walk around this vase and start investigating a little bit, you see that someone has like taken duct tape and then on it, like a name or a label almost, wrote Bud on the side of this giant vase.
This is weird.
Wait,
I-
are you in here too?
Oh,
You
sorry.
Are you helping?
Sorry.
Yeah, you helping your
Okay.
cousin in here? I mean, you can also be. You can be peeking.
Oh yeah,
so.
Tanya's like fully in the window at this point, abandoning watch as
V is
soon as it got
gone.
open.
I think what Demetrius does is seeing all that. I think what they do. I don't want to open the door completely. I think we need to get in. And it's just this says Bud. There's nothing on there.
It's like pretty worn, beaten old vase. It has that label on it, Bud.
Has Mr. Green talked about like a pet plant or something before?
No, not any special projects that you have ever heard him mention, like trying to cultivate a new species of orchid or anything. Nothing like that.
Also said that to the kids too.
Yeah. No, he's really closed off about his personal life though.
No, Tanya's the one who gets to pick the seeds that we use.
And I did not pick this seed.
Is there any like? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, are there like leaves or anything on it? I know there's like one like bud.
I'm very much, if this helps at all, think of like a long stem single rose that is not fully opened yet.
Okay. I was wondering if there's a way to take a cutting on it, but if there's no like thorns or anything, okay.
Nope, it seems like stick thin, almost like someone just took a stick and stuffed it in a bunch of grass. You want to do and if you would like to do a check for me, you can do like a brains check while you're in here to see if you can see a little bit about more of the thing you're looking at.
Yeah, I'm gonna just check a little bit more. I want to get closer. No. The black and me. Let me go right. I'm right here.
Wait a minute.
I go and touch it.
I am not doing that. If I was gonna touch, I need gloves. So first, I think
That's what you get for not wearing your gardening gloves.
They don't got nothing on. They just in there.
Yeah, you were painting before. You don't have gloves
Yeah.
on.
hmm So I just look like I want to just examine it at a distance, like a little bit to see how like tilted in to see how what's the point of the rows and
As you
what
were
flowers is.
looking at this thing, looking at this bud, you see it from kind of far away because you're not touching it, sort of uh, shimmy ever so slowly and turn almost as as if it is aware of your presence.
Do we see that from the window?
I think this might be too small of a movement to see from outside.
Okay.
Oh no.
You're on your own.
Well, good luck.
I know
Well,
this musical.
Yeah.
yeah, pour
I
some
was
blood
about
on
to
it.
sing
See
it.
what happens.
Feed me Seymour, or in this case, Bud.
What are you doing with this scary little, or not scary, but just aware bud?
I just say like Demetrius' eyes like widens. It's moving. It's moving.
Well,
This
technically, all plants are moving all the time.
no, this one is moving like literally moving towards me.
Maybe it's a sunflower. Sunflowers move towards the sun.
Demetrius is not the sun. No offense.
I heard
Demetrius
I
could
heard
None
be-
taken, but this plant is evil.
Okay, kill it.
how do we know
Demetrius
the
is
plant is evil?
someone's son, so that
We
makes
just
sense.
needed to hear you.
I think they take the advice of the kids and says, "Hello."
Nope. Bad idea. Bad idea.
As Demetrius says hello, it shimmies back and forth, and you see it sort of sway, almost like it's waving.
Can we all see this?
This you can see. This plant
Okay.
is waving at you.
It's dancing.
Just the
This
bud
is-
on the top, flailing back and forth.
This is bad.
is-
My older sister one time was in a musical and it was just like this.
I remember she was the actual flower.
Yeah. And she
Are
was
you-
singing a lot.
Are you all saying this out loud to each other while you're in this room?
Mhm.
Demetrius, you're
Yeah.
speaking.
Yeah.
As you start speaking in this room, the plant does stop shimmying, but you see the pile of dirt that it is in this plant start to mound up and get taller and taller. It starts falling over the edge of the side of the vase.
Which is
And this-
backing up.
More and more of this sort of green, barky plant life round structure appears. It gets further and further. The mound continues rising, and you can see what appears to be a set of eyes continues moving as a mouth that, as it breaks free of the surface, you see a big yawn as just the top half of like a little round mandrake looking Groot kind of esque thing with a very large stem pops out and, goes,
Mm.
and then waves with its hand this time as you are backed against the wall like in this
Arthur's just gonna be
10 by
like,
10 shed.
okay, I promise I didn't forage this one.
What in the daisy head Maisie?
I think this is a perfect time. We're about the halfway point in our stream. We have a 15-minute break coming up, ladies and gentlemen. So my femmes, hims, and thems. Go grab water, go grab coffee, go grab whatever you need to do, and we will come back to see what you are all doing with this new little bud that you have found in the potting plant.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I'm Imani, Chaos Cryptid around various parts of the internet, and welcome to this all-black TTRPG streaming event. While I am black with a capital B every day of the year, there are certain times of the year in which people care more about that fact than other times. This being Juneteenth is one of those times. And I thought it was an appropriate time to take a moment to really put a spotlight on black TTRPG actual play creators in the space, because I feel like we just don't get enough camera time. If you didn't know, Juneteenth is a celebration of the Emancipation Proclamation finally being enforced in Texas almost 900 days after it was delivered. While the 13th Amendment abolished slavery, it was not a smooth sailing in this country. It took 900 days, which is more than 2 years, for it to be enforced across the country. And when you consider the fact this country was a lot smaller, systemic racism is still wildly prevalent and all over the place in all aspects of life, and especially in the US, even in this supposed cozy family community of TTRPGs. And I organized this event explicitly to put Black TTRPG actual play creators at the forefront, like on camera, 100%, no hold bars, no caveats type of thing. And also because I firmly believe that the best way to support creators of color is to directly support them, which means giving them actual money, putting money in their actual hands. While money will not solve racism, it does make things easier. Because this event was implicitly organized to put money in Black TTRPG actual players' pockets, there is not a charity event for this. Rather, there's a series of links to each and every GM and player's platform of choice where you can monetarily support them. There will be over 18 hours of content that you can watch and enjoy today, and later on, it'll be uploaded to YouTube so you can continue to watch and enjoy these players and GMs do what they do best. I want you to look at these tables, look at these GMs, look at these players, and understand that we are out there. We are here, and we have fun. We are part of this hobby just like everyone else, and if you don't see us at tables, wonder why. Ask why. You can't say that we aren't here because thank you for tuning into this event. It means the world to me that people saw my silly little post about a Juneteenth event, an all-Black Juneteenth event, and ran with it. And here we are with, like I said, 18 hours of content and over 30 Black people directly involved in this event. But remember, words are nice and good and kind, and I love them. I love verbal support, but also directly supporting Black people is the best sort of action you can take.
All right, welcome back to our Kids on Bike stream here on Juneteenth. We, if you're just joining us, are playing Kids on Bike, and our wonderful party has just come across their powered character, a little grubby looking small plant-like thing with a very long stem with a single bud on the top of their head, coming out of a about 3-foot tall planter, also with a duct tape label bud across the side of it. And as you are standing, Satine, or Demetrius, with your up against the wall, moving away from this unknown beast, it is just sort of yawning groggily, wiping its eyes, waving at you, while its bottom half is still stuck in this pile of dirt. It does seem to be smiling.
Demetrius says, does plants wave and blink? Yeah. Does plants do that?
No, it's plants.
Is it human plants?
Do we know all plants? And maybe it's a different plant that does do that.
Well, obviously, but like plants aren't. Maybe it's not a. Can you talk? What are you?
It just kind of goes.
Nope. It doesn't talk.
Does anyone speak? I don't know. Is that like German?
I don't have my translation badge yet, but I don't think it's German.
Oh, that's so cool. Quentin is gonna crawl through the window.
Out of it's coming further out of the dirt. As you see the bottom half of it exposed, it does have these grubby little childlike legs as well, and it goes to sit on the side of the vase. Now, as Quentin, you're coming through the window, it starts waving at you as well.
I'm gonna wave back at it, and hi.
Don't wave at it.
Don't. But it waved at me.
It sticks its arm out to you and like Mr. Incredible starts extending this branch, or like Groot, you see its arms slowly reaching across the room towards you,
Oh no.
drawing closer and closer and closer.
I think I stand in front of it.
Are you just standing in front of it?
Yes,
You
because I don't
see
want them to touch.
When it
into.
gets to the point where you are, its arm just sort of wraps around and changes directions, starts moving around your body, and makes contact to Quentin if you're not moving, and you'll hear it say, "Did you bring me food?
What do you eat?
Whatever comes out of Mr. Green's finger."
Whatever comes out of Mr.
What?
You're only hearing this in your head, by the way. No one else can hear this.
What comes out of Mr. Green's finger?
Are you speaking out loud?
If it's in my mind, I'm talking in my mind.
Okay.
And then what do we hear?
Nothing.
I think
Um,
they are going. Demetrius is going to grab it because it touched. It's like something like looking more like aggressive, and then just like try to pull it down.
If you are trying to pull it off of Quentin, we can do
Mhm.
some brawl checks. If you're just touching it as well, then as you go to make contact with it, you hear in the middle of the sentence, I don't know, it's usually warm and it makes me feel good, and then I get taller.
Warm and it makes you. Are they waffles? My mommy and daddy, they give me breakfast and they say that makes me get taller too.
Oh, maybe they're waffles. He never told me what it's
The
called.
plant is talking. Do you
Yeah.
hear this?
No.
To Artie,
What?
yeah, you hear it?
To ask you as well, Demetrius, did you bring
But
me
plants
waffles?
don't talk.
No, I didn't bring you nothing.
Aw.
I'm
Can
gonna
you
get
bring
in
me
and
waffles?
touch the plant.
As you make contact as well again, it says, "Did you bring me waffles?"
Plants don't eat waffles.
Oh.
I guess
But he's-
Artie's gonna also walk up and poke it very
So you all
tentatively.
crawl through this window, and you all stand on this. So, as you all make contact, it is still sitting on the side of this vase. It's just extended its arm out across the room, and if you're all touching it, it begins to, you can hear it in your head and each other's answers as well.
Plants
Well-
can have water and sunlight and fertilizer for nutrients.
Oh, I like sunlight. Sometimes he puts me near the window, and I get all the warm. I like sunlight.
How long have you been here? Where did you come from?
I was in a smaller pot over there, and it points to like the desk where everything is laid. And then I was in a slightly larger pot over there, and it just keeps pointing to pots in the room that have gotten progressively larger and larger. It says, "I've been here a long time." He say before. When was your this, it's called a bicentennial? He said it was a big thingy for 250 years of a place called America. For those of you who don't know, and for our British fan, in 1976, 4 years before this, America celebrated its 200th anniversary. So this thing is at least 4 years old, because you're in 1980 now.
Mm-hmm.
I was around before that, though.
Were
But he
you
says
asleep?
I get to come out soon.
You get to come out soon?
Yeah, he said he's gonna take me to the place.
Why can't you come out now?
Is
I
Mr.
can't
Green
tell
an
you.
alien?
Probably.
I think he says he's an Alabama man.
He's Albanian?
Where's Albania?
No, Mr.
It's
Green's
a
from
country, it's a country.
Alabama.
That
Um,
one.
Yeah,
oh,
Where's that?
that
Here.
is.
Southern
No.
states.
I thought we were in South Oklahoma.
South Oklahoma is in
State.
Alabama. Everyone knows that.
Oh.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
I
wait.
can't believe you
I-
didn't know that. That's common knowledge.
Why are you talking to us?
Because you came in here.
No, why do you have the ability to talk to us?
You can't talk to other people like this? How do y'all talk?
Not
are not
normally
people.
plants.
Oh, that thing with just your mouths when you don't touch each other? Yeah, that's weird.
Not
You're
as weird as
weird.
this.
You see a little sap come out of its eyes.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Tanya says things that sometimes hurt people's feelings,
Oh,
but she never
sorry.
means
You're weird. No offense.
it. Never means it.
I don't know why I'm still sad. The wife sap away.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
sorry I called you weird. Did you feel like this when I called you weird?
I don't know. I guess I just called you weird back, so I didn't really think about how it made me feel before then.
Oh,
It's a
Mr.
this is a defensive mechanism.
Mr. Green says I need to be nice to people so that
Mr.
they're
Green
nice
says a
to
lot of
me.
things.
Mr.
You
Green
know
was
Mr.
stole my
Green?
bike.
Yeah.
He would never.
Mr. Green
What's a
tried to
bike?
lock me out of here.
What's a bike and what's a lock?
A lock is a thing people put on stuff because they don't want you to see the cool things that they have. Even if you're supposed to be in there and they're running late and they want you to get kidnapped.
And a bike is it's like a pot but on wheels. It moves and you make it move with your
Your
feet.
pot moves? Oh,
Yeah,
my pot just stays here.
that's
And he like looks down
boring.
at this giant pot that they're sitting on.
Maybe we could help it move.
Yeah, we
Well,
have
You said you like
My
sun. We could take
God.
you outside.
we
It'd
have
definitely be
those,
good for my botany badge.
We
We
are
have
not
those, like,
taking this outside.
saucers
Why
that on
not?
wheels. We could put it on one of the saucers on wheels. It's pretty heavy, but that's how we move the big plants outside around the garden.
I want to
Yeah.
go outside today. He said I can go outside, so why not today? And you know what? You're right. Why don't I just go outside? I've literally never thought about that until this exact moment. I can just go outside.
Yeah.
Let's go outside.
Question:
Let's go
They
Can
outside.
I
they hop
look?
off the planter and start walking towards the walking towards the door. Knock the brace out of the way, reach up with their little spindly arms and twist the knob.
Do you
This is what
have a
Mr. Green
name?
does. My name is Bud. And as they open the door and step out, you see the sunlight cast on them and they go, ah. And you see them start to grow a little bit in the doorway in the sunlight. Just perceptibly a very quick growth.
Is there like something that we could put over it, like a
Like a tarp.
tarp? Yes.
Yeah, if you want to look around the room, actually, while y'all are in here and as you're handling this creature that's taking off to the outside world, if you want to give me keep doing this, a brains check for the room around you.
I think
Okay.
while that's happening, when they start growing, I'm just gonna pull them back into the room really quick.
Oh, see, Arthur's like holding one of the leaves and trying to lead them outside.
So
Arthur's like, if I plant them outside, I'll get my badge.
it's standing in the middle of the door, and as Tanya starts to try to pull it back into the space, and as Arthur starts trying to pull it out of the space, all you are doing is extending its arms. It's planted firmly in the middle of this doorway and is just growing, letting their arms grow.
Come
on either
on.
side of
Come
them.
back inside for a second.
If you come outside, I'll
Arthur-
get my badge.
No, Arthur,
I
wait a
am.
second.
I am outside and I am inside. What?
Can you be
But
just
why not
inside
just
and not
outside?
outside just for a
Out of
moment?
3.
Why though? You don't want me to get my badge, do you, Tanya?
From outside, you hear V yelling, "Hey, what are you doing in the shed? What are you
We're
doing?
helping plant things.
I leave for 10 minutes. I've been gone for 10 minutes. Y'all cannot be trusted." She looks
Okay, we
angry
should
and she
run.
looks
We should make a
barely-
run for it.
Where are we running? I think.
Where are we going? Why are we
How
running?
big is the plan?
I don't know,
How
but
big is the
Vi's
plan?
gonna yell at us. Or V's gonna yell
I
at
got
us.
an 18
Toddler
on my
size?
brains real quick.
You got 18? Okay, so here's how we will start
Yeah.
to resolve things. As V is coming towards you, who wants to try to grab Bud and run? Rashad, Arthur, Quentin. Names, y'all. Quentin, with an 18 on that bronze check, I will give you two things. What you find on the desk specifically is a very old map of the town. It is like the old 1880s when it was founded, territory lines, and in the middle of town where Rosa Parks Park is, there is what should be a park, is a massive crater. It's like 20 feet wide, and um, it's got a lot of information like circled and notes that talk about like every 7 years or 7 years worth of growth, sacrifice, and blood. You also see a letter that it's been crumpled and then laid out flat again and crumpled and laid out flat again as someone was maybe aggressively deciding whether or not to keep it or try to get rid of this evidence. And what it is a message from Arthur's great uncle, uh, the mayor of your town, Mayor Saunders. It is addressed to Mr. Green, and it says along the lines of, "We thought you were on board with us, and now is not the time to chicken out. This has to be done the day of the festival, and you can either be a part of it, or no one will remember you were a part of anything at all." It is a very threatening letter to some degree.
Okay.
Guys, this is bad. This is bad. Oh my god, this is bad.
Who's trying to run?
Question: can I use one of our power moves?
Yes, you can. What are you trying to do?
Create an illusion.
Okay, this is Demetrius. You're using the first use of this power token, so you will still need to roll for this. Tell me what you're
Mhm.
kind of doing and what your intention is. Are you trying to prevent V from seeing this, or what's your hope?
I think I kind of want to do like a delay kind of like illusion. Like, you know how like sometime on stream you put like a 5 or 6 or 7 delay. So like it's us like looking like we're closing the door instead and sitting back down.
Okay, and what
As
you all
we are leaving.
so y'all are, if I'm reading this correctly, grabbing Bud, or at least trying to pick them up and taking off, setting this illusion so V continues to move towards that while you all bounce out that same window you crawled through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is fun. You're going to give me a roll for this. The power character rolls with a ooh, sorry, y'all. I'm still for sure in D&D mode. I don't know how this is.
That's very fair.
We're doing amazing.
You can use one power token. That's what you'll add to this roll. If you fail, the DC is going to be. It's a slight illusion, and she's upset, but she's not very involved. DC 6 to get out of this and have V believe that what you're seeing or what they're seeing is accurate. And I'm going to roll their brains to see if they believe you or fall for this. He does not have anything for this. You're looking to beat a 4. You are muted still. Did you tell me something? The look on your face says you did.
I got a 5.
Perfect. Okay, so you're also you're rolling a when using the GM. You can roll 2d4,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how you roll your power character. So if you've got a 5, yeah, V totally believes this. You can all very slowly close the door behind you, line
Yeah,
up, sit down to the kid. Like we weren't doing anything as you all grab. Who's holding Bud? They're relatively small.
I'll
Okay,
hold Bud.
so you're running in as they're like sort of latched onto you. Their arms extend back into their bodies a little bit. They wrap around you like someone who's wearing the baby
A
thing.
little koala.
And they say,
Oh, that's so cute.
so people try to keep you out of things that you're supposed to see? Because I feel like Mr. Green keeps me out of things that I'm supposed to see.
Yeah, Mr. Green loves doing that.
Just running and hauling us out of this building.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going? What's your plan to regrow? Where on this beautiful map that I've created do you want to head to, y'all?
Well, I think. Oh God, sorry. Did something with my photos.
Oh.
Tanya, who I realize I haven't described up until this point. Tanya is taller than the two younger kids, but still a pretty short kid. Has these two braids that are like, going straight down the back of their head. Sturdy plaid. She doesn't care a whole lot about how she looks, but her mom dresses her up, and it's like, I'm talking like it is durable. She gets dirty, she tears things up otherwise. But right now she's focusing on trying to find shade because every time it's in the sun, it gets bigger. So trying to sneak around. I think the closest landmark I feel like the artisans market is busy, but it would be a good place to hide. There's so much stuff going on that I think they could like slip in unnoticed, and it's pretty close.
Artisans Market is option. It does have a lot of people rolling around. If you're looking for extreme privacy, 8 is the old abandoned bowling alley. It is down the road, but there's more.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
for
bowling
sure
alley,
kind of-
abandoned bowling alley is actually great.
Bowling alley, let's go.
Let's do it.
See
Let's
you
go
all.
bowling with the plan.
I would, Demetrius, you don't have your bike with you, do you? Okay. You're the only teenagers. So you're hopping on your bikes or you running, dipping in and out of buildings, through the streets, hiding as you go, right? So I need a group flight check, please.
Okay.
The DC, as long as you're not doing too suspicious, but you got maybe just throwing a tarp jacket over some things, being young teenagers and kids running throughout the town. The DC for this flight is going to be 6 to not be seen by anyone.
I got a
Or-
6.
6 for anybody?
Let me roll mine. I got 5. Oh wait, no, I got +1 to that, so that's a 6.
Okay,
I got a 7.
2 passes, 3 passes and 1 fail. All right. So maybe it's because you're holding this.
I'm holding a giant, like, child-sized thing covered in a tarp and running, and I'm wearing, like, like plaid, like, matching set.
So you're maybe the most extreme, but your other 3 cousins ish are just like, oh, they're just kids running through town. There's that Tanya again. What is
Yeah.
what are they holding?
It's just kids doing shenanigans. No one cares.
Kids running shenanigans. You make it to spares and strikes. This is abandoned bowling alley. An interesting thing about this spot is though, while it hasn't been open in like decades, this building is not derelict. It's not in disrepair. This is not something that's broken down or has any sort of outside use of wear and tear on it. But there is, for some reason, a fence around the entire thing, chain link fence, and there's always like one security guard doing that, monitoring it on one of those little like golf carts. This is not a high-end security guard. This dude is not getting paid enough. He's certainly not passing any fitness checks. He is a security guard. You gotta rent a cop on a golf cart.
Is there, like, a place in the fence that's, like, kind of perpetually, peeled up,
Yeah, this is one of those places where kids around town kind of give that challenge of how close can you get to it, and can you run up and touch the wall before the security guard chases you away. I think at this point, at least Tanya, you, and Demetrius would have an idea of a few spots that are weak entry points to this location.
Now it's decide which one to go to.
Yeah, 'cause there's, we'll say there's 2. There's one that's easier to get into, but it's way more visible. Security guard is out there a lot more often. The other one's harder to get into, but is more secluded. A lot of this is draped in shadow and shade and trees, though, so you're not necessarily worried about Bud getting any bigger at this point.
We should go the shaded route so Bud doesn't get any bigger. And I think, do you want to hold him, Yaya? You want to keep holding him?
It's kind of, and I like
Hold
put my
them.
hands out, and it's just like he's just there.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's,
They fully wrap their arms around you like twice. Yeah, you're not holding this anymore. They're holding you.
Yeah.
You're so warm. Is that
Okay.
your heartbeat? Oh,
Yeah.
man, it makes me so hungry. So you all are going through the hidden entrance.
Can we
for
hear
More
that?
Difficult.
Can I hear that too?
You're not touching it anymore. Only Tanya hears this.
Yeah, you do hear Tanya audibly go,
What did it say? What did it say?
said my heartbeat makes it hungry.
You go and touch it. If you go to touch this, are you trying to like pull Bud off of Tanya and sort of take over and like all of
Yeah.
it? Okay. Bud releases. Give me a charm roll.
Oh, well, my charm is a D4. Me and Yaya.
Yeah.
Very connected to Yaya at this moment and like a little hungry, so it's a difficult roll. This is a DC 7.
DC 7.
You have to
You just-
explode.
You gotta explode. You just gotta
Just-
explode.
Just roll,
or
just
someone
explode.
can help you with
Easy.
adversity. Yeah.
Yes! Okay, I
Hell yeah.
exploded.
Exploded? Yes! What's up?
Oh,
What's up? What's
yeah.
up?
Okay,
Now we're
Roll
at a
again.
50-50 shot.
Yeah, you just gotta get a
I
3
got a
or
5.
more.
I got a 5,
You need a 2 or higher.
and I got 2 adversity tokens.
Oh, if you exploded, you can't roll that die again. Oh, did you roll it again and you got a 1 the second time?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, so if you want to use 2 adversity tokens, you can use those, bump it up, and get a 7. And as you go to like kind of stroke Bud's back a little bit, they oh, you're warm too. When you see them like individually wrap arms and legs off of Tanya and onto you very quickly, like a chimpanzee transferring branches, a very smooth transition. And it does the same thing. It begins to wrap around your body and like nuzzle up to your chest. Why is your heart beating so much faster than theirs?
Puberty?
And you can hear
It
them,
says
what's
go.
puberty?
Let's go to the shaded parts.
Into the trees, moving closer into the building, you guys. If you'd like, so you can see once again, this building for some reason is not used, but this time during the day, you guys are seeing that the back door is propped open for this building that's never been open in the last few decades.
Are we going in there?
Yeah, we're going in there.
Oh, can we teach Bud how to bowl?
Maybe.
You hear, what's bowling? Unless you hear, I'm gonna play something wrong.
It's a sport or a game.
Oh, I like
sport.
games. Like hide and seek.
But can you hide?
Of course I can hide.
Are you the best hider?
I'm such a good hider. Do you want to see?
Yeah.
Are you wearing your backpack?
Yes.
Bud slowly
On me.
starts to unravel themselves from around you and then like slips into this sort of thinner vine-like shape. You can feel
Mhm.
them crawling over your back and then settling themselves in your backpack. There is still just one little
my
branch
God.
that's sticking out, like it's like touching the back of your neck. And he's like, oh, look, no one can see me. Ask them if they can see me. I bet they can't see me. No one can see me right now.
Yeah, no one can see you.
I'm such a good hider.
No one can see them.
Bud is hidden safely in your backpack. And though
When
you
we
do still
asked
fear
them
that
this-
thing on the back of your vein, on the back of your neck, I am still very hungry though. Mr. Green usually feeds me by now. Can I
What
have
type of
waffles?
what type of food does Mr. Green feed you?
The warm stuff that comes out of his finger.
Are you relaying this to the rest of us, by the way?
Not yet. Not yet. I'm
Okay.
Is it red?
Red's what the sun looks like when it goes away, right? From the sunset.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, mine.
That color that it gets like
No.
when it's sunset, right? Yeah,
So
it's
they're
like that kind of color. Maybe a
every
little
day.
darker.
Every day they do that.
Oh, 3 times a day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, the most important meals of the day.
Oh my
What
God.
time of day is it right now?
It's getting to be like 10, 11 o'clock. So Bud for sure missed breakfast and is closing in on lunch now.
The question is, let's get you somewhere safe, and I want to figure out how to get into the bowling alley because I don't want to have a conversation about bloods.
Doors open. Back doors kind of wedged and propped open. It's not fully open, but
Mhm.
as you guys were coming up, you can see that it does look like maybe someone's put one of those door wedges in it so that it's like about a foot open, not fully closed.
I'll run up to it first if no one else wants to.
Mhm. I'll just linger back.
Quentin, get over here.
Oh, okay. And I'll follow behind everyone.
And you're trying to sneak up to this door and sort of look inside, investigate a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna be sneaky about this. I need some flight checks for you all. I believe that's flight, trying to sneak away, kind of hidden, unknown.
Yeah. That's a 5.
That's a 4.
Okay.
A 5 as well.
All 3 of you walking up. So Quentin's the only one hanging, or Demetrius, you're just hanging back with the backpack.
I might as well come in. Let
Yeah, I
me
was
just go
spinning your
in.
baby cousin stuff. Use you guys.
That is
Mystery machine.
not a good. That is not a good look.
You like let us sneak ahead, and then you remember we're all like so much younger. You're like, wait a
Yeah.
second, I
Wait,
can't.
wait a second. I'm responsible for these idiots.
So as you get up closer to this, what you see is, what you can hear before you see it as you're peeking into this door is a lot of movement. Looks like there's a lot of adult voices you are hearing coming from just inside the door. Um, this is like a back entrance, maybe an employee entrance or staff entrance. So you're not opening up to the full bowling alley yet. What you're seeing in front of you is a long hallway. And then on either side, there are a few doors leading to like maybe an office space, like locker, staff room area. And you can hear voices coming from inside as well as stuff being moved around, like heavy stuff scraping on floors and stuff being knocked over as something is going down inside the bowling alley.
I
There are
if you-
people in there.
Let's see what they're up to.
No, we're going the opposite direction.
And who's
But they
going to
could be
feed me?
friendly.
My dice was
Demetrius?
floated.
Your face looks weird. What happened?
Like, sallow, because they're like a medium tan. They're like sallow right now, just hearing about them, who's gonna feed me. And Demetrius says it keeps asking about food, and they're hesitant to say about someone feeding it blood.
Oh.
I have a question. You said my parents packed my breakfast in my backpack?
Yes, you have food in your backpack. You got like a little doggy bag with some waffles and bacon and maybe a slide container of syrup and butter.
Oh, I didn't eat breakfast. What if I give Bud part of my breakfast? We can share.
Does it have hemoglobin in it?
Arthur's just gonna be like, I still need to get my first aid badge, so if someone does bleed, I can probably sort it out, and then you can tell my scout leader that I did a really good job. So why not just feed it what it wants?
I have
This
bacon.
happened in the
Is that
musical,
close?
by the way.
I'm so hungry.
Give it the bacon.
I'm gonna pull out a strip of bacon and put it in Demetrius's backpack. Here, Bud, eat this.
You can hear sort of a crunch crunch as this is being tasted, and then maybe just you or Demetrius are hearing, this tastes like what I want has been cooked out of it. It's there, but it's not there. This is kind of it. Is this my breakfast? Mr. Green tastes way better than this.
Okay, I think. So we're inside or are we outside?
You guys are at the door, maybe inside out, just at the barrier of trying to decide whether or not you're going to go into this space where you hear the noise, the adults, the construction, and outside exposed to the elements with a plant touching your neck saying, "Feed me."
I can do it. I'm not scared of anything.
I'm not going to let y'all bleed on the plant.
So you'll bleed on it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to
And
feed me?
Yes, I think Demetrius has a sewing kit in their backpack.
Okay.
So, I'm not gonna go into details. They're gonna put their hand in there and prick
Diabetes
their
blood
hand.
test. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And shakily, their hand, like, I don't know, just touches the plant behind them. Like, I think I'm gonna take my backpack off and just pulls it and kind of move away from the kids, not to see.
Tanya wants to see. Tanya loves this.
Arthur is very enthusiastically there with the whole first aid kit like laid out, ready.
See, like an adult trying to shield the eyes of the children, they are doing their best to get like, what are you doing? Let me
Yeah.
see.
Stop,
going on?
Stop.
Let me do
I
it.
can't make
wanna do
it.
it.
If I don't
Your
know how
parents are
you're
gonna be
hurt, I
mad at
can't
me.
fix it.
Your parents gonna be mad at me. So
My parents won't find out.
Do a little needle prick on your
My
finger.
parents don't care. It'll be fine.
Extend it out, and you see Bud very gently bite on your finger and just start suckling a little bit. It's not a lot coming out. It doesn't really hurt after a few seconds.
dehydrated.
Yeah, you're not like turning all something's mummified, millisecond liquid out of you. But it's similar to I mean, this is I will say it like this: if you ever had blood drawn, this is less than that. And then when it is done, I feel so much better. Thank you. You do taste different though. Sweeter, maybe? You type O? Is that type O I'm tasting?
Demetrius is about to take off their book bag. Can I just like put their instead of like having it attached to the book bag? Can I carry my book bag like this?
It's in front of you.
Yeah, with the
Sure.
handle.
It is, yeah, like hanging out of the top of it, maybe just like their top half hanging out of the top of the book that was suckling on your finger. And you see that it
Baby.
as it's gotten fed a little bit more, the bud that is on top of their head that's just shrunk down a little bit to hide in the bag, but it's still there, opens up a little bit more. Kind of opens up and it becomes more like flower-like as it has received some nutrients voluntarily.
Arthur's just gonna be going up to Demetrius and being like, do you need a plaster or anything? Can I help? Can you
A
tell my
Band-Aid
scoutmaster
with-
I was good?
What's the Scoutmaster's name again?
Mr. Henderson?
Haggard,
Harrington.
Haggard, yeah, Haggard.
Aragon. I think Demetrius said, "If you just give me a bandage," and I think Mr. Harrigan's gonna give you that scout badge.
Okay.
As you were all
can you hold it
finishing,
out? And is there any blood
you were starting
visible
to
on the
wrap up.
finger?
No, it's clean. This is almost
Okay.
like whatever has happened, the saliva, like a leech or other things which have abilities to sort of coagulate or unblock it. You can see no evidence that anything at all has happened to your finger, and Demetrius, you feel fine, no worse for the wear. But as you are
Good too,
wrapping
because
up your
Arthur
feeding,
would not like if there's blood.
you were ready for it, but not hoping it was there. You can hear from inside, "Get off of me! Get your hands off of me!" And for those of you, maybe Tanya, you're a little more familiar with this, you hear Mr. Green's voice screaming in a very loud commotion as he is struggling against other adults in the space in front of you.
I'm gonna kind of run in to see what's going on. Like, I'm not gonna try and like run out in there, but I want to see what's happening.
So you're like entering the actual bowling
Entering
alley.
the building, yeah.
You pass by and to your left an empty locker room staff that does seem like it's being used. Again, the spot hasn't been open, but the lights are on, the lockers are all clean, the floors are clean, the trash has been taken out. Like, this is an active place where people come and utilize it. Further in, you see another room to your right that looks to be an office that just have files and paperwork set up like a functioning desk. And at the end of the hallway, in this big archway, as it opens up into an actual bowling alley with that crazy carpet on the floor and neon lanes and signs all over the place, you see a, a group of adults, many of whom which you recognize. There are members from the SOFA, which is, for those of you who don't know, the South Oklahoma Fabricators Association. It's composed mostly of individuals who are higher up at the factory where this works. There are a few members from the uh, facilities departments, like the COO is there, the president is there, and they're all standing as this other group of adults drags Mr. Green in front of them and sort of forces them onto their knees. Um, and he pops his head up as they all are all standing before them. Are you all standing in this doorway watching this happen? Or did just Tanya run in?
I definitely do like a split moment of just like, yeah, come here, and I'm like about to run in, and I'm like looking at them too. Follow me, and just go after Yaya, trying to be a silent.
Guess I'm right behind.
Yeah, I guess we're following. I feel like Arthur's like probably last because it's trying to like put the whole first aid kit back together on the way.
Oh, wait, guys, my stuff, my stuff. So as you get closer into this room or into this large open space, and you're all doing that like cartoon thing, which is like a head popping out.
Yeah.
See, this bowling alley has been gutted. There are no more lanes anymore. Some of the old decor and equipment is still there. The basic setup of it being like a raised spot and then lower platform where the um, lanes used to be. There is just a giant hole. Who found my map. Was that Quentin?
I have the map. Yeah.
Okay. If you're looking back on this map, there was a giant hole in the center of town on the map you saw. This hole looks similar, at least if you're looking at like from a schematics point of view.
Mm-hmm.
The hole you saw was maybe 20 feet wide, and this one here is similar. And there are some points around it. There are these four big pillars that look like they're unnatural for the space. This looks like a modernized building, or at least in the 1980s. The wood in these pillars is older. It's got um, stone and moss. It almost looks like someone came in and stacked a bunch of stuff at 4 points around this corner to create pillars, as opposed to getting like a single piece of wood or metal to support and brace the building. So you're seeing noticing some similarities between the map you found um, in the shed at Mr. Green's at the community center and what you're seeing here.
I'm in a very hushed tone, guys. Those things were on the pillars there. They're on the map that was in the shed. But the pillars on the map were for at Rosa Parks at Rosa Park.
Or the Parks Park.
The Park. But this is the bowling alley. The bowling alley is not near the Rosa Park.
What do you think it means?
I
think they're the same ones, or there are more?
Do you think these are evil? Because they're being mean to Mr. Green, and I like being mean to Mr. Green, but it's weird that they're doing it.
I'm gonna hand Demetrius the note that was the threat to Mr. Green.
Mm-hmm.
This was also there, and this also wasn't saying nice things about Mr. Green.
Demetrius looks over. Is any of those people is Sanders there?
You see, I will tell you who you see. You're seeing the 6 members of the elected officials in town. That's the council members, all from Council Member Mark Walker, Charlotte Saunders, Elijah Jackson, Malcolm Johnson, Jean Brown, Pamela Harris, and Mayor Robert Davis. Everyone you know is here. There's also people from the SOFA, the lead organization for that fabricators. Mr. Davis is here, the Walkers, a lot of the prominent families, most prominent members are in this room right now. And they're standing in front of a Mr. Green who's been forced down on his knees in front of them and lifts his head up as they all begin what you might see as an interrogation. So you're seeing the first thing Mr. Green does when he finally confronts and looks up to see Mayor Davis is he says, "You lied to me. You should have known you're a politician. You lied about building the ramp coming in from the next city over. You're lying about this too." And you see the mayor just sort of cross his arms over his chest. Okay, I lied. That doesn't really answer our questions, though, does it? Where is it? And you see Mr. Green just spits at his feet. Liars, all of you. You're not going to get away with this. They'll find out. Eventually they're going to find out. Mr. Green is sort of being manhandled and shoved in front of you. You see a guy from behind him smack the back of his head, and he leans forward very quickly and then snaps his head back up to look Mr. the Mayor in the face. I never would have participated. I never would have joined. I wouldn't have grown it if you told me what it was. This is supposed to be about outreach and helping the citizens in the city. You made this about putting money in your own pockets, just like you always do. None of the council members are responding. Mr. Green seems to be rambling, and all they keep talking in the moments when they do answer him are continuing to ask, "Where is it?" And as this continues, they're getting more and more aggressive with him and how they rush him. He's forced onto his knees. They push him down, and he gets back up. There's people constantly hitting and striking at him as he gets more and more desperate and realizing, "Let me go, get me out of here." You can't do this to people. What are you all doing as you see a mini interrogation happening in front of you?
You
Silence.
should do something. Who here has their standing up to authority figures badge?
I do.
Then you should do something.
Demetrius, can I fight them? I can take them.
No, Tanya, you can. Those are all adults, and I know you're strong, but we should go.
Maybe
we
Bud
shouldn't
could
be
fight
here.
them.
Can't stand by while they're hurting someone who doesn't deserve it.
Bud, can you fight?
You're still holding the backpack, correct? So as you're doing this, Bud, imagine you're holding it with both your arms out. Bud's arm and his branches come back out, and they're touching and making a contact. So whilst you are all discussing this, they're just saying, "Is that Mr. Green? I can hear Mr. Green. Is that Mr. Green?"
Ooh, is he
doesn't
stretched? Is Bud kind of stretched to them?
You are feeling this connection on your wrist that is getting maybe tighter and tighter as the questioning gets more and more desperate and quick coming. Is that Mr. Green? Tell me, is he okay? Can you see him? What's going on in there?
I look at Yaya, and adults are not supposed to be bullying people like this. Do we have? I'm trying to look. I'm looking at the list.
I have an idea. We're at a bowling alley and it's been gutted. I assume that because it would be so much effort to like actually move the stuff out of the building. I'm assuming they just kind of pushed everything to like the sides. Yeah. Are there bowling balls?
Yeah, I think there's still like those racks where they're just going in circles have sort of been stacked up together. So they're from all the balls that have been in there, it's from a 6 up to a 12. There's a full rack of balls in one area, kind of in the corner against the other side. It does seem like a lot of the attention is on the lower level where they're all gathered around this individual. So if you want to try to get a bowling ball, we could do a flight check and see if you get there sneakily.
Okay.
Wait,
you'll never guess my big plan.
I have an idea.
Okay. What is Quentin's idea?
If Tanya, if you can create a distraction from all the adults, I can drive Lucille over to Mr. Green and tell him to come to us.
Okay. I got a 5 on my flight check.
Okay. Let's see. With a 5, my DC was set at a 7. This is sort of a secure area. So I will allow you to do 2 things. You can either fail by 2, which is not too detrimental. You can spend some adversity tokens if you'd like, but I don't think this is a planned action. You haven't shared this information with anybody. You just kind of started taking off towards the
Yeah, I said I have an idea and started running.
So how do you want to spend adversity? Is you okay with failing by 2?
I think I will fail by 2.
Okay. So with a failed by 2, I'll say this, because it's not necessarily a failure. It makes you taking an adversity token for this as well.
Right.
As you're sort of like, I have an idea, going off towards the giant collection. One of the adults who is standing in that giant circle watching all this looks up and he says, Hey, it's that little Walker brat. It draws a lot of attention to you running towards it.
Which I keep running. I just start laughing maniacally once I've been spotted. And then I'm gonna grab 2 bowling balls. And I am going to, so from like the opposite side from where my friends are, I am going to bowl them at the adults now some of whom are now pursuing me. Like I'm just going to pull a cart. I'm just going to be throwing these balls.
So essentially like almost trying to push one over so a lot go at one time, or are you individually like grabbing balls to fling across the ground? How do you want to do this? Ooh. I'll tell you, if you're trying to just do them individually, it's still going to be brawn, but it might be, or fight might be a little bit lower of its DC check. If you're trying to knock the entire thing over, it'll for sure be brawn and it will be a higher check because you are a 12-year-old with not the highest strength.
Yeah. Is it cool if I use one of the powered character abilities?
You for sure can.
Because I can exude more strength than one would think.
Yes,
and I think it's worth it to try and push over the entire thing.
So you will roll this 2d4 for this. Oh God, what is the strength it requires to push over a bowling ball rack?
You tell me,
it's
Captain.
Pretty high. So you're gonna roll 2d4 for the action. We'll take it from 6 tokens down to 5 tokens, and the DC for this is going to be, with the powered character, an 8. This
Okay.
is pretty difficult, but it's not impossible.
So I rolled 2d4 and I got 5.
Okay.
And then I roll brawn, you said?
You can add your brawn modifier if you have one to push this over.
Oh, okay.
If you are still not able to fully beat this, though, you can use more tokens to get up to that level.
My
It's-
adversity
it's like this-
tokens or the power
The
tokens?
power tokens.
Okay. Okay, so I got a 5 on my 2d4.
Do you have anything for brawn?
Not for brawn.
So if you want to spend 3 more tokens, you can knock this over.
Is that okay with y'all?
Yeah.
That knocks it down to 3.
3 left.
3 left. We got 26 minutes though, so
Yeah, I feel like we might as well. Also, it's funny. My rule is if it's funny.
okay.
The rule of
Go
cool.
for it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I will
Can-
push
can-
over.
I was like, can Yaya do like dodgeball with the
Dodge,
bowl?
jump, dip, dive, dodge.
Yeah, I'm just going through and I'm like pulling things out and I'm pushing over all of the balls on the rack.
So you are say, I have an idea. Okay. Take off running across this bowling alley. One of the adults spots you. Hey, it's that Walker brat. And you start, can't stop me, adults, laughing maniacally.
Yeah.
Manage to get around one side of the rack of balls and give it this giant push, feeling that connection to your new character, allowing you to exude more strength than you would think. You managed to knock over an entire rack of bowling balls. Just for flavor, roll me a d12. I want to see, or roll me a d20 and we'll half it. What size balls were on this rack? Do you get like the 6, 4, the kid size ones, or do you knock over like the 9, 10 adult ones?
I rolled a 13.
Okay, so this is like the 6, 7 pound balls. There's some of the lighter ones, but they're still bowling
going
balls, and
fast.
there's dozens of them.
Yeah.
So as you're running and all these adults are coming after you, cartoon style, the whoa, 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 as they
Yeah.
start having to dodge around this dangerous environment which you provided for them. It does draw attention away, and Mr. Green yells, "Tanya, get out of here! Run! What are you doing? I
I'm
left you
already
at the center."
I'm just running around.
I think at that time I'm going to take Lucille out of my backpack and I'm going to start driving Lucille toward Mr. Green.
How big is Lucille?
Lucille is the size of a
Cell phone?
not a cell phone, like an RC race car.
Okay.
And then like on top of that is like a action, like not
A
action,
little-
like
yeah.
like an action, the half of an action figure. So like maybe like 9 inches long by like 8 inches
it's-
high. It's not
okay.
very big.
And it is, you said it's an RC car like attachment basically, so it just goes as fast as one as well, maybe like pretty
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, it's pretty fast.
Okay, so you zoom your RC car over. What is your plan as you do this? You trying to distract?
As like I'm not trying to distract. I'm trying to make sure no one noticed. Like everyone's focused on Tanya right now. So I'm driving
Yep.
Lucille to Mr. Green, and I'm going to. Is he tied up or is he just on his hands and knees?
He's just like on his hands and knees, kind of around some other adults that have
I'm going to.
focused on
not-
Tanya.
I'm gonna ram it, but I'm gonna bump Lucille into Mr. Green.
So I guess you can see his recognition as this machine bumps into his leg next to him, and he looks down.
And then I'm gonna. As he looks down, I'm going to drive it back to us.
So he follows this. Oh god, like the first Purge movie, he follows the machine back and kind of makes eye contact with you and sees you other 3 peeking out of that door, and he's just like,
And I'm gonna,
he's just looking around at all the adults that are circling him. While they are mostly dealing with Tanya, there's still 3 adults actively kind of guarding him, as well as the entire city council, the mayor, and this organization. So there's like 4 plus 7. There are 11 people directly in front of him with 3 people guarding him. The other like 8 adults are after Tanya. There's maybe 20 people in this room. It's kind of a large group.
Does Demetrius, are you still holding the bag with
Right in front of you.
with Bud just in front of you?
Yeah.
I'm
I was
gonna pull your backpack open and then show Bud to Mr. Green.
Okay, seeing that you have brought Bud to this place, Mr. Green is going to do is going to attempt to just run at you now. There's not an you guys get out of here thing. It's a I need to protect these children. So we will get it was Mr. Green's stats. He's going to try to do a brawl against the other NPC adults that I have.
question with the ability able to connect to the mycelia, is that like communication only?
Yeah, mycelium does a few things you're talking about just in actual nature. You can transfer nutrients, they can deliver messages to each other, they kind of communicate what's going on, they can help with illnesses with each other. It's amazing. And they're sort of an internal network basically under the entire ground. This does work a little bit more with being outside. If you can find a way to
Yeah,
flavor
that's
it
what I was wondering
inside,
about.
you can flavor this inside, we'll take it inside somehow. But you guys make it make sense for me. Mr. Green, let's see. I believe this is a fight since he's going to try to shove past someone. Ooh, Mr. Green's got great fight. I don't know.
Mr. Green?
We love to see it.
Yeah, fighter. He's
Mr. Green hit the
protective.
gym.
I think he
That's
is
what you-
protective. He gets a plus when he's looking out for other. Add +3 when defending one of your friends. So he'll get a +3 to this roll as well, and we'll roll it against the brawn of one of our thugs, who actually only has a 10. So should be pretty stacked easily. Okay. Nat 20.
Mr. Green crit, baby!
Let's go!
Let's go, Mr. Green!
That feels good, y'all. Okay, so
That also feels real good for us that it's like our, on our side.
so Tanya, you're in the corner knocking balls over maniacally, causing havoc. They
Running
just kind of
somewhere
like-
else, just every now and then grabbing a spare ball and just like bowling it at people.
Yeah, super distraction kid. Mr. Green sees all this going on and pushes past one of these thugs, poof, and then takes off towards the door. You can see him making eye contact, Arthur, Quentin, Demetrius, with 3 of you. And as he's running, Tanya, beat it! Let's go! Get out of here! Get out of here! And you see him hauling ass towards the door. He has managed to free himself, and he's got a clear path to the doorway. He's getting out of there as a lot of the focus is on you now. How are you going to try to deal with these adults who are actually trying to get a child?
Yeah. Let's see. So I'm just running through this bowling alley. Do any of the other doors look open, or just the one that we came through?
You aren't seeing anything like chains or padlocks on the inside of them. They look like they're still regularly functioning doors. You are on an interior side of a building, so for the most part, any locks on stuff are usually accessible from that side of the building. So you're not probably going to come into a locked door situation unless you're trying to get into like an office maybe. But if it's
Okay.
a door leading outside, you should be good.
So if I can take some liberties with the layout of this bowling alley, I'm focused on distraction, and now I'm trying to get out of here. So I'm gonna snake through the obligatory arcade area and like bob and weave through the machines and try to get out through like the front door of the building.
Sure. Are you like yelling to your party as you're doing this? You're just like, later, suckers, and taking off
Yeah.
towards the front.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you'll never catch me alive. And also, this is illegal. You can get sued. I'm a minor.
Give me a flight roll to see how you get out of here. As a bully, I don't think your flight's too high, but we'll see.
It's not bad, not bad.
This is a DC 8. There are adults chasing you.
Okay, great. That is an 8 on the die for a total of 9 because I have a bonus.
Okay, perfect. So you somehow, in like the coolest 12-year-old Goonies way ever, outsmart and outmaneuver 10 adults who are fully trying to grab you. Managed to make it to an
This is
exterior.
embarrassing. You should feel bad.
You can turning corners with all the agility that a 12-year-old can do, and all these adults are like, oh, I didn't stretch. I was at the gym yesterday, and my left arm is killing me.
Not this personal attack.
Make it to that door, push out. explodes in front of you, and you see sunlight. At the same time, you are all the three of you, Demetrius, Quentin, and Arthur, are being greeted. As he is running back, Mr. Green is just bent down and scooped up Lucille and like is holding him under his arm. Go, go, go,
Aw.
go, and does the same thing. Seeing that like Bud is kind of hanging out of your backpack, like doing uppies. Grabs the backpack. Go, go, get out of here! And just like, what are you all doing here? Screaming at you as he starts kind of push you out the back door.
Can I don't know if anybody else want to use the ability, but I'm about to use that illusion again.
How do you want to use your illusion ability? You have 3 tokens left.
So are they chasing after? They're still
yeah.
coming towards there.
There's a split group. Mostly the more goons guys are focused on Tanya. The council members, more like I'm in charge people, are the ones who are like, hey, and chasing after Mr. Green.
Okay. There's 2 choices I have. I could create an illusion or exude more strength than you would think. Can I, if I use that ability, can I kind of like bring down the doorway?
If you were
Like,
going to exude more
do a
strength than you
strength?
would think, then that would be Tanya narrating what happens and going in the
Mhm.
opposite direction. If you would like to create an illusion, like season 3 of Stranger Things, where that lady like pretends that the ceiling collapses and causes everyone to sort of pile up on each other, then you can use it for. That'd be a good use of your tokens if you'd like.
Okay, I will do that. That it looks like okay. What do I have to roll for it first?
You're rolling
Illusion.
2d4,
Important.
and you're gonna do that one against the sort of, I guess, brains of the members of the city council and mayor who are chasing you. I'll tell you that they roll a d12 plus 1.
Okay. Where is my sheet?
I think we should just book it. I think we should just not even worry about it. Just book it.
We
got a
got bikes. We're faster than them on foot anyway, right?
You didn't bring your bikes with you.
Oh shoot, yeah.
We can. We're near. We can hide in alleys. We can.
It's
dip
you
in
are
there.
looking at the map. You're at kind of the end of town, and there's forest out behind you. Between 8 and like the dump at number 5 is mostly forested area. So there is a bit of like you could get into the forest and hide if you want.
We could do that, and once we're in there, Arthur could try using the mycelium to
Definitely.
mess with them too. Because if mycelium can communicate, it could tell us where they are, so we can avoid them.
That would be something like, yeah, feeling their footsteps or where the crowd of people chasing you is something Mycelium would be able to do. Yes.
Yeah.
So you're just booking it out the back door, capitalizing on his nat 20. So we'll get you guys out the back door and trying to sprint towards the grass. I will allow that nat 20 to extend for you all. Tanya, I do need you to tell me how you get out this front door and try to meet back up with your group.
Yeah.
So you step outside, you're on the front of the building. There's the security guard that you almost see is like half asleep, and he jumps when you come out the door, kind of starts wiping his eyes groggily as he looks around in the sun at like,
They
what's going on?
kidnapped me, and I start running.
Hey, you're not supposed to be in here. It's that little Walker brat.
They kidnapped me. Help!
The mayor?
It's a whole conspiracy, and I'm just still running.
So there's adults chasing you. The security guard really doesn't know what's going on, but upon seeing the other adults chasing you out of the building, is going to stand up and join them.
Okay.
Oh no! Now there's more.
Yeah.
And they've got a golf cart on their side now.
He is not near his golf cart. If you'd like to try to hop in a golf cart,
I'm going to hop in the golf cart.
Yes.
Let's go.
Finally.
What do I gotta do? What do I gotta do to get
yeah,
this
like
golf
have
cart?
you ever? I'm thinking that I will let you choose. This can either be a flight roll or give me a brains roll to see if you could operate this.
Oh, if it could be
this golf
flight, I would
cart?
love that.
It could be flight if you'd like. It's just turning on a golf
think-
cart. So I'll give
yeah,
you
I
a
think
DC
Tanya-
4.
Has like driven driven
yeah.
it one before, like with Mr. Green, like because he was so annoying about it. He's like, okay, you can do it this one time. We're gonna go from here to here,
Yeah.
like just a
Just
couple
transporting
times,
soil, and
Yeah.
within the property of the goal, but you understand
Yeah.
how to work a golf
like
cart.
in a parking lot, really.
Yeah. So give me a DC 4. Flight.
5. Oh,
Yeah.
+1, 6.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
To put it in like what is it? Just forward because there's 3 gears and slam
Yeah.
on it. Take off and you're up in a golf cart, kind of hauling ass around the back of the building, being chased by these
Yeah.
security guard plus goons. Making it around the building, you start to lose them. As you'd be surprised, golf carts are kind of fast, and adults are not all
Yeah.
athletic. So you can kind of move your way around the back of the building, and if you're driving the cart, you can see the other 3 members of your party, as well as Mr. Green with Lucille and Bud under his arms, or running out of
Yeah.
the back, and you come around the corner in this golf cart, like Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift style.
Yeah. Hop in.
Just roll up on the side of them. Get in, guys. Get in, losers. We're going shopping.
Hop in immediately.
Mr.
I
I'm
Green
in good,
hops in
good hands.
and tries to take over control of it. He
No.
tries to hop in
No.
on your
No,
side.
No, I've
Tanya,
got
no.
this.
He's running next to you. Tanya,
Get in
scoot
the back.
over.
Get in.
Fine.
Get
and
in.
Gets in the back behind you. But he's sort of like leaning over your arm, trying to reach the steering wheel.
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay. So there's forest and material in behind this bowling alley, but there are trails. This is like a walking, riding trails, and some other folks, like some cities, like what I'm used to. These walking paths are wide enough for golf carts, particularly in smaller towns where a lot of people use golf carts to get around instead of vehicles. You find a familiar trail leading deeper into the forest. As you get closer and closer to the dump, that smell that maybe you're all accustomed to starts coming back a little more vividly. And as you're driving on this trail, Mr. Green says, "Just keep going. We need to return him. They're not supposed to be here. I didn't know what I was doing." And he's kind of
Return where?
holding Bud, and he says, "Well, from the source, and not just the source. I know you kids call it the source. That is a South Oklahoma refuse station. The source, as often named for the source of the smell that is all over this town. But as you're riding on the bike, then Mr. Green starts reprimanding you. So you went in the shed. I left you with one instruction:
Mhm.
don't go in the shed. Have I ever told you to
Okay.
do anything that was hurtful to you? Didn't make sense? It
You
wasn't.
tell us
grab my
things
bike.
that don't make sense all the time.
I told you not to go into the shed. I didn't want you seeing this. And now look at you. The mayor's chasing. You can kind of hear like adults. Where are they? Get them.
Mr. Green, are we gonna be bums out too?
We're not gonna.
I don't want to be a bum.
Well, nobody wants to be a
But
bum.
the scout leader's cool.
He's
What's
not
wrong
a
with being a
bum.
bum?
He just doesn't like deodorant. We've gone over this.
Well,
That's the point.
if you didn't want us to see what was in the shed, you should have given us a reason instead of just because I said so. You should say there's a magic plant in the shed. It's going to be super dangerous.
Oh, now
But
reason
then I'd
versus-
want to see the magic plant.
We went over reason versus excuse for you breaking a lock, and it didn't make any sense. But now, when it comes to things you want to do, now it makes sense.
Mr. Green, where are we going?
We are going to the dump.
Ew.
Mr.
town
Green,
Gross.
We're not going to be there long. I have to return it. The
Where
original
did
Mr.
it-
Green, will I get my recycling badge for this?
I will get you some kind of badge at the end of this if you just stop asking about badges.
I think
will
Arthur's
make
earned
sure-
at
I'll give you
least
3
4
badges.
separate badges. 4.
I'll give you 3.
I think
I'm not a
4.
scoutmaster.
I think
Well,
they
you
just need an
should be.
adult.
You're not a bum, so you'd be a better scout leader.
I will put in a word with Mr. Harrigan to get you 4 scout badges for.
That's why you
saving the
negotiate,
town.
Artie.
Does this mean that I stood up to authority? Can I get that one too?
Why are we going to the dump, Mr. Green?
So as you are on your way on this dump, talking about badges and where it is and isn't appropriate to take reasons versus excuses. As we wrap up your session, Mr. Green explains to you that the original 7 families which founded this town, their true hope was prosperity. And to some, prosperity means money and wealth and the accumulation of things. And for others, prosperity means safety and freedom and community. And originally in the bylaws and charters of the town, it mentions there is a way to increase the town's prosperity. It has to be done through a creature born of love and nurtured through voluntary sacrifice, willing sacrifice. Mr. Green came across a bit of this information in the historical society, brought it to the mayor's attention, who seemed very interested in it. At the dump, buried deep in some of the older remnants of it, there is a collection of these sort of stone seeds. When planted in soil from the heart of the town, in this case Rosa Parks Park, and watered continuously for 7 years through blood and sacrifice, willing sacrifice, which he's been gifting, what you have in front of you is Bud, this creature which can be utilized, he tells you, for a promise of prosperity in the town. But that's not how things work. There's no quick fix with magic. It's this living thing, and they don't fully understand the powers that are behind this. Growth and change is what provides prosperity. Working hard and dedication to each other and to community and to being your true and authentic self, that is where prosperity comes. Working together to build something just like the founders of this town did. And I realized what they were doing, and I just couldn't be a part of it. So I just have to return Bud back to where he was. And if I'm correct, and the prophecy is correct, he should just turn back into stone and continue to be a part of this town and not something to be used by the town.
But
So
what
you're
will
on
happen
Scoffguard.
to him? Is he not gonna be gone?
Is he gonna be okay?
From what I've read in the books, he just returns to his original state. This isn't what Bud is supposed to be. This
But
is
does he
a
get a
transformation.
choice?
Sure. Mr. Green says, I hadn't actually asked. Well, I don't know. I've had a long day, kids. What do you think? Most of the time, children are the true voice of reason. Should we return him to the state, or do you think that we can release him into the wild somewhere?
Bud should get to decide. It's Bud who gets affected the most.
I agree.
Yeah.
So we'll do
Throw
this.
him in the trash. He's taking blood from people.
But he's our friend. He didn't hurt you.
So because we are close on time and we're wrapping this up, we'll just let the dice decide, and I'll let you all decide high or low, whether or not high Bud chooses to return back to the town, and for whatever one you choose, the opposite of what you choose, they will find something else to do with their life and continue with their sentience. So as a group, high or low?
High to continue
High.
their sentence.
High.
Sentience.
Yeah, high sentience.
Yeah.
Roll a 16.
This is a 5.
No, that
So
was
in-
No.
So you-
That's that's what he chose. That's what he chose.
It's fine.
But
Yeah, I'm not actually. Yeah.
Bud barely even got to be alive.
So, high is you. I don't think I explained that correctly. High would be them choosing to go back to the earth because that's what you all chose. Low would be them choosing to stay alive and continue their life outside. of this.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So, with a 5, as you get back to this place, Mr. Green directs you. It smells awful, but there's one like patch by the dump that you guys have never been to yet. And you look down and there's this big sea. It looks like there's a small divot in the ground that's got a whole bunch of like various kinds of rocks that are round in nature but have different colors and patterns on them. And what Bud does is getting closer to it, he individually asks one more time, and Mr. Green kind of sticks his finger out. Bud sticks his mouth on it. You see him enjoying a bit. He grows ever so tall again, just a little bit. Individually reaches out to touch both of you and say goodbye, saying, I didn't know you for very long. But thank you for teaching me about waffles and about sunsets and robots.
I'm gonna give him a waffle.
Bye, Bud.
He takes a bite and says, yeah, this doesn't taste as good as Mr. Green. Bud walks back over to this section of the earth that
Oh,
is.
Before Bud goes, can Arthur take off their little scout scarf and give it to them?
We'll
be
wrap
like,
it around their necklace.
I
Yeah.
think that you could use this. I think that it will help you remember us.
trying to keep warm. Link tags it and wraps it himself. Looks very proud. Walks over to where these stones are, and you see him through that mycelium power slowly start to stand in the middle of the stone and plant itself into the middle of a small creature as wood and stick and stone, natural earth kind of take over, and what was an exposed small pit with all those stones becomes a covered area with a small tree growing out of it in the middle that slowly starts to lose its shape. But if you look closely at it, you can still see the shape and form of a face. So if you'd ever like to come back and say hello to Bud, he'll be available to you.
Oh.
All right. And it has been a wonderful pleasure playing with all of you. Thank you for being in this world with me, for visiting South Oklahoma, Alabama. Thank you to, as always, Amani for putting this all together on a Juneteenth stream. We wish you all the best in life. And as you continue moving on to our next scheduled game, please feel free to like, subscribe, follow, and all the other good stuff. Right. All right, everyone say bye. Bye, Walkers. Bye, Sonder.
Bye.